Chapter 6. Isabella and Nicholas got on the plane and found their seats. Nicholas took their suitcases and put them in the cubby above their heads. After he sat down and got situated, he pulled out his crossword, a habit that helped his wolf maintain focus. Isabella smiled, looking over at him. "You love crosswords, you do one every day?" Isabella said, looking up at him. "Yeah, I do. I've done one every day for 24 years now." "Why?" Isabella asked curiously, her wolf interested in his routines. "I had a lot of restless energy growing up and my wolf couldn't sit still, so I started doing crosswords and that seemed to help settle both of us." Isabella nodded her head and began helping Nicholas complete the puzzle before she dozed off and fell asleep with her head on his shoulders, her wolf finding comfort in his scent and warmth. "Isabella, we are here," Nicholas whispered, shaking her gently, his wolf reluctant to disturb her peace. Isabella opened her eyes and looked into his, her wolf immediately alert. "We are here already." "I'm sorry, Nicholas the First didn't mean to sleep the entire flight. I didn't keep you company at all." Isabella pouted. "You are completely fine. I slept for about 2 hours." Nicholas told her and Isabella nodded, his wolf having been content with her closeness. Nicholas grabbed their things and they walked off hand in hand. He knew exactly which one was Isabella's mother. She was smiling brightly and was just an older version of Isabella. They looked very similar, clearly from the same bloodline. "Hey Mandy." Elena excitedly gave her a hug, her wolf joyful at her daughter's return. "Hey Mama," Isabella said, squeezing her back, her wolf relaxing in familiar pack territory. "Oh my God, Isabella, look at your stomach," her mother exclaimed, looking down at it, her wolf immediately assessing the growing pup. Isabella nodded and she turned to Nicholas standing beside her. "Mama, this is Nicholas Stone." "Nicholas, this is my mother Elena Carter." Isabella introduced them using their full pack names. "Hi, it's nice meeting you, ma'am," Nicholas said, extending his hand, his wolf showing proper respect to the pack matriarch. Elena ignored his hand and pulled him in for a hug, her wolf accepting him into the family circle. "It's nice meeting you too, Nicholas," her mother told him. "Mom, where's Dad?" Isabella said, glancing around, her wolf seeking the alpha's presence. "Oh, he's in the car. Come on, let's go on out." Nicholas grabbed the suitcases and all the bags, walking behind the two women who were talking about everything, his wolf content to follow and protect. "How far along are you?" Elena asked, her maternal wolf needing updates. "I will be 6 months old next week," Isabella told her, smiling. "And do you know the sex?" she questioned, her wolf curious about the future pack member. "We will find out next week as well." When the three got to the car, William got out and walked around hugging Isabella, his alpha wolf greeting his daughter. "Hey baby girl," William said, eyeing Nicholas who was standing behind Isabella, his wolf assessing the male who claimed his daughter. "Hi Daddy," Isabella said sweetly, her wolf respectful to the pack alpha. William walked back around and popped the trunk without saying a word to Nicholas, his wolf making the stranger wait for acceptance. Isabella rolled her eyes before saying loudly, her wolf frustrated with pack politics. "Daddy, this is Nicholas Stone." "Nicholas, this is my father William Carter," Isabella said, introducing them using formal pack protocol. Nicholas extended his hand greeting him and William shook it, nodding his head, the two wolves acknowledging each other. "Nice meeting you, sir." Nicholas smiled, his wolf submissive to the older alpha. "Likewise." William smiled back, his approval tentative. Nicholas put the luggage in the trunk and took Isabella's snacks out of the bag. He opened both doors for her and her mother, helping them inside the truck, his wolf naturally protective of the pregnant female. "Here you go, Isabella," Nicholas said, handing her some celery and a peanut butter cup, knowing her wolf's cravings. "Thank you, baby. I'm starving," Isabella said, smiling, the endearment slipping out naturally. "Isabella the First need you to help me and your Aunt Valerie cook tomorrow," Elena asked, planning the pack feast. "Okay, Mama." Isabella nodded. She hated cooking with her Aunt Val. She cooked all over the kitchen, her wolf's territory expanding messily. "Can you please make your maple bacon French toast cupcakes?" William asked, his wolf craving the special treat. "Daddy, you know you can't eat too many sweets," Isabella expressed, concerned for her alpha father's health. "Isabella." He pouted, his wolf wanting indulgence. "Maple bacon French toast cupcakes," Nicholas repeated, his wolf intrigued. "You haven't made him any, Mandy?" her father asked, surprised his daughter hadn't shared pack specialties. "No, she hasn't," Nicholas said, turning to her, and Isabella looked at him, her wolf noting his interest. "Isabella, shame on you," her mother chimed in. "Those cupcakes are to die for," William exclaimed, his wolf remembering the delicious treats. "Daddy, I gave Mama the recipe. She could make you some. She doesn't make them right." He laughed, his wolf preferring his daughter's version. "I'm sitting right here," Elena exclaimed, and everyone laughed, the pack dynamic comfortable and familiar. When they pulled up at their house, Nicholas got out the car and opened the door for both women once again, his wolf's protective instincts automatic. "Hey, I can do that," William said, testing the younger wolf. "Oh, sorry, sir. It's just out of habit," Nicholas shrugged, his wolf naturally courteous. Isabella grabbed his hand to get out, and Nicholas whispered in her ear, "When do I get these cupcakes?" his wolf anticipating the treat. Isabella's eyes widened and she licked her lips because that sounded suggestive, her wolf responding to his closeness. "He's just your friend," she told herself multiple times, though her wolf disagreed. "Everyone doesn't have the privilege of getting cupcakes," she responded, walking inside the house, her wolf teasingly withholding. "Mama, is that rib and macaroni and cheese?" Isabella asked, walking straight to the kitchen, her enhanced wolf senses identifying the meal immediately. "You have a powerful nose," her dad laughed, impressed by her werewolf abilities. "It's the pregnancy that enhances everything," Isabella said, opening the pots and pans on the stove, her wolf needing to inspect the food. "What time is dinner?" Isabella asked, walking back into the living room. "You can put your luggage in the back bedroom on the left," Elena told Nicholas, directing him to their temporary den space. "Dinner is in 2 hours, Isabella. We figured you two would be a little jet-lagged," her mother explained. "Yeah, I shouldn't have napped on the plane," Isabella said as Nicholas came back into the room, her wolf missing his presence even briefly. After dinner, Isabella and her mother were washing dishes and cleaning up while Nicholas and her dad were watching a basketball game, the males bonding through shared interests. "I'm glad you are happy," Elena said, turning to face her, her wolf assessing her daughter's well-being. "Thank you, I really am," Isabella said, smiling, her wolf content. "I can tell, and he is in love with you," her mother said, her wolf's intuition reading the signs clearly. "You think so?" Isabella asked, her wolf hopeful. "You don't?" Elena questioned, surprised her daughter couldn't sense it. Isabella exhaled, "It's just that we weren't even courting that long before I got pregnant, and now we are permanently going to be in each other's lives for 18 plus years. I didn't want to move too fast in the first place after Ethan." Isabella, "It doesn't take someone long to fall in love or to know if they want to be with someone forever. Wolf bonds can form quickly when it's right," Elena expressed, sharing pack wisdom. "And I know for sure that you love him. I can tell, and this love is different than what you had for and with Ethan," she continued, her wolf recognizing true mate potential. Isabella nodded her head and smiled, her wolf agreeing with her mother's assessment. The two women walked into the living room saying they were getting ready for bed. "I can sleep on the couch tonight," Nicholas stated. "I don't want to disrespect you both or your territory by sharing a bed unmarried," he finished, his wolf showing proper pack etiquette. "Being together is how you both got into this situation in the first place," Elena said, laughing, her wolf amused by his politeness. "Mama," Isabella gasped, and her and Nicholas blushed, both wolves embarrassed. I'm just saying that it's not going to hurt anything now. Her mother said her wolf was practical about the situation. Nicholas pulled the covers back and got into the bed behind Isabella, trying to keep his distance, his wolf respectful but wanting closeness. Do you mind if I cut the TV on? Nicholas asked her. No, I don't mind. Find something good to watch. Isabella said, yawning, her pregnant wolf tired. Nicholas cut the TV on and scrolled through until he stopped on the movie Valentine's Day. No, nobody wants to watch this. Isabella protested. What's wrong with Valentine's Day? Nicholas asked, confused. It's a stupid holiday and a stupid movie. Isabella huffed, her wolf dismissive. You don't like Valentine's Day and you were married for more than 10 years. Nicholas asked, confused, using werewolf terminology. What does not liking Valentine's Day have to do with being mated? Because you always had someone to spend it with or to go all out for you. Nicholas said sincerely, his wolf understanding pack bonding rituals. Nobody has ever gone all out for me on Valentine's Day. Isabella told him seriously, turning in the bed to face him. And I've only ever been with Ethan. Intimately. Nicholas questioned, shocked, his wolf surprised by her limited experience. Yes, intimately, romantically, or in a relationship period. Isabella said. Wow. Nicholas stated, his wolf processing this information. What's the wow for Nicolashman? Isabella asked, sitting up now. It's nothing really. You are very admirable. He said, his wolf respecting her choices. Why? Because I'm basically a nun. Isabella laughed. You are far from a nun. Nicholas chuckled and then stopped because he was referring to what he witnessed a few weeks ago, his wolf remembering her emotional vulnerability. Let's just watch this movie. Isabella said, scooting back down in the bed. Isabella woke up in the middle of the night and slowly turned on her side and watched Nicholas sleep, her wolf studying his peaceful form. She had been thinking about her growing feelings for him and how much she cared about him. Maybe she should just tell him how she felt and see what happens. She pushed him slightly twice, waking him up, her wolf needing his attention. Hey Isabella, you okay? Nicholas questioned, opening his eyes fully, his wolf immediately alert to her needs. I'm fine. I just want to talk to you about something important. Isabella said, biting her lip, her wolf finally ready to express its feelings. What is it? Nicholas asked, his mind clearing from sleep. I like you, okay. And I have for a while now. More than just friends. Isabella said, nervously fiddling with her hands as she waited for his response, her wolf vulnerable. I like you too, Isabella. More than I probably should. Nicholas told her seriously, staring into her eyes, his wolf responding to her confession. You are the most beautiful woman I have ever laid eyes on, and you have the biggest and warmest heart. He added, his wolf sincere in its praise. Isabella smiled, looking at him as she scooted closer to him, her wolf seeking emotional connection. Nicholas took this opportunity and brought his hand to her waist, pulling her closer to him, his wolf wanting to comfort her. He leaned in and kissed her lips softly, and she happily kissed him back, both their wolves singing at the contact. Isabella sighed contentedly into the kiss as it became more meaningful and passionate. Nicholas felt his heart racing as he kissed her tenderly, loving her gentle responses, his wolf completely devoted to her. Isabella felt overwhelmed with emotion and pulled back slightly, resting her forehead against his. She was breathing heavily from the intensity of finally expressing their feelings, her wolf content but overwhelmed. Nicholas looked into her eyes, both of them feeling the weight of this moment and what it meant for their relationship, his wolf understanding the significance. This changes everything between us, Isabella whispered, her voice full of emotion, her wolf recognizing the shift in their bond. I know, Nicholas replied softly, stroking her cheek gently. But I want this. I want us. His wolf making a commitment. They held each other close, talking quietly about their feelings and what this meant for their future together. Both of them felt a deep sense of rightness about finally acknowledging their connection, their wolves completely at peace. After an hour of gentle conversation and tender kisses, they settled into comfortable positions, with Isabella's head on Nicholas's chest. Both of them felt emotionally exhausted but incredibly happy. Their wolves finally bonded on a deeper level. "We should probably get some sleep," Nicholas whispered, running his fingers through her hair, his wolf protective and caring. Isabella agreed sleepily, feeling more content and secure than she had in years, her wolf completely satisfied. They drifted off to sleep holding each other, both knowing that when they woke up, their relationship would be forever changed for the better, their wolves united in love. Nicholas woke up the next morning feeling incredibly happy, remembering their conversation and the breakthrough in their relationship, his wolf content and hopeful. When he woke up he expected to see Isabella still in bed, but her side was empty. He got dressed for the day and walked out into the living room. He saw her dad sitting on the couch, the pack alpha holding court. "Good morning, sir," Nicholas said, walking closer, his wolf showing respect. "Nicholas, why are you so formal? You can call me William or Bill," William told him, his wolf testing the boundaries. "Okay, William." Nicholas laughed, his wolf adjusting to the casual dynamic. And he nodded. "Where is Isabella?" Nicholas asked, his wolf seeking his newfound love. "Her mother and her left the store to grab things for tonight," her dad told him. Nicholas pulled out his phone and sure enough it was a text from Isabella saying she went to the store and to text if he wanted something. Nicholas texted back that he was fine and for her to be safe, his protective instincts engaging. "So when are you going to make an honest woman out of my daughter?" William said sternly, his alpha wolf demanding answers. Nicholas swallowed hard because in all actuality, he would have to court her properly first. "I plan to. Things just progressed faster than I would have liked. I definitely had planned to be mated before having pups, but it didn't go that way," Nicholas explained, using werewolf terms. "What, you all don't believe in protection?" William said, his wolf direct and blunt. Nicholas's eyes widened and he coughed. "We do and did." He responded by lying, hoping his scent didn't betray him. He hoped Isabella was on her way back now. "Do you love her?" William asked, his alpha wolf assessing the male's commitment. "Yes, of course." Nicholas didn't hesitate to answer. He knew he loved Isabella. His wolf couldn't help but to. "Just don't break her heart and you're all right with me," William said, his wolf offering conditional acceptance. "I won't," Nicholas said seriously, and the door opened, his wolf immediately recognizing Isabella's scent. "Good morning, Daddy." "Good morning, Nicholas," Isabella said, hugging him, her wolf greeting both males. "Good morning." The two men responded, both their wolves acknowledging her. "Baby, can you grab the bags from the car?" Isabella asked, the endearment slipping out naturally. "Okay," Nicholas said, going outside to get them, his wolf happy to provide for her. "Did you all buy the whole store?" William laughed, looking at all the bags being brought in. "There's going to be about 30 pack members here tonight, and you know your brother eats a lot," Elena said, laughing, her wolf planning for the feast. Nicholas got dressed in the bathroom while Isabella got dressed in the room. He finished dressing by putting on khakis, a white dress shirt, a brown belt, and brown dress shoes. He walked towards the room, knocking on the door. "Hey Nicholas, come in," Isabella said. Nicholas walked in and grabbed his watch off the nightstand, putting it on, his wolf noting her beautiful appearance. "Nicholas, I can't fit this dress," Isabella huffed, sitting on the edge of the bed, her pregnant wolf frustrated. "What, you look incredible." "It fits," Nicholas confirmed, looking her up and down, his wolf appreciating her form. Isabella had on a white sweater dress. She had makeup on and even eyelashes. She paired her outfit with gold jewelry. "That's the problem. It's tight everywhere, showing off everything," Isabella expressed, leaning back. "And this stomach keeps growing every day an insane amount." "Isabella, you look beautiful and you can't help the assets that you have." "I think it's stunning personally," Nicholas said, his wolf finding her irresistible. That made Isabella blush, her wolf preening under his praise. Thank you, Nicholas. Help me put these shoes on. Heels. Are you sure? Your feet are going to hurt. Nicholas said seriously, looking at the tan shoes, his wolf concerned for her comfort. They are knee-high heel boots. They are sturdier and more comfortable than regular platforms. Nicholas helped Isabella put her shoes on and then helped her up off the bed. She did look stunning, his wolf thought proudly. Isabella grabbed her Louis Vuitton purse and grabbed Nicholas's hand, walking out the room, her wolf confident and beautiful. Wow, well, don't you two look nice? Elena said, coming out of the kitchen wearing a blue dress and heels. Thank you, Mama. Isabella smiled, her wolf pleased by the compliment. Here, let me take a picture of you both. She smiled, her wolf wanting to capture the moment. Nicholas wrapped his arms around Isabella and she stood in front of him, his wolf protective and possessive. Even with heels on, he was still significantly taller than her. The two smiled in one and Nicholas kissed her cheek in another, their wolves comfortable with the intimacy. Nicholas took a picture of Isabella and her mom together. And then another one with her dad when he came into the room. Come on before we're late. Elena told them, walking out, her wolf eager for the pack gathering. They walked into the church, friends and family, and pack members were all shaking hands with Isabella. Talking and giving her hugs, meeting Nicholas, their wolves welcoming her home. Who is this handsome male? Valerie asked Isabella after hugging her, her wolf approving of Nicholas's appearance. Aunt Val, this is my boyfriend Nicholas Stone. Nicholas, this is my mom's sister Valerie. Isabella said, scrunching her nose up, using the relationship term naturally, though her perfume was strong as hell to sensitive wolf noses. Nice meeting you. Nicholas said, his wolf polite despite the overwhelming scent. Isabella sat into the pew with Nicholas beside her and she rolled her eyes as her female cousins kept staring at Nicholas, her wolf territorial and annoyed. She didn't even want to introduce him to them, but she knew she would have to go back to the house. You see her right there? Isabella said, nodding her head towards a woman in a tight black dress and tall heels. Yeah, what about her? Nicholas asked, his wolf curious. When we get back to my parents' house tonight, stay away from her. That's my cousin Natasha and she sleeps with everyone's mate. You may not be mine officially, but I'll be damned if she tries it with you. Isabella said sternly, her wolf fiercely protective. Nicholas chuckled, I'm serious, Nicholas Stone. Isabella insisted. I know you are. I will not go near her. Nicholas said, grasping her hand, his wolf amused by her possessiveness but committed to her wishes. They sat and waited for the service to begin and they watched as the pastors walked out and said their greetings. I see a familiar face in the crowd. Is that Isabella Carter back home? Pastor Mark asked from the pulpit. Isabella blushed, then waved at him as the whole church turned to look at her, her wolf shy under all the attention. Our songbird moved across the country and is a gifted surgeon. He smiled. Isabella, come on up here and bless us with your beautiful voice. Isabella blushed even harder and shook her head no in a polite manner, her wolf preferring to stay hidden. Everyone turned and looked at her, smiling, waiting for her to get up. Nicholas turned to Isabella and smiled. He didn't even know she could sing, his wolf intrigued by this hidden talent. Go on up there. Her mother encouraged her wolf, proud of her daughter's gifts. Isabella took a deep breath and stood up, her wolf resigned to performing. Nicholas stood up as well to let her out of the pew. He knew she was nervous, so he kissed her cheek and whispered in her ear. You will do great. Isabella nodded and walked down the aisle, his encouragement giving her wolf confidence. She was handed a microphone and Isabella walked over to the minister of music, telling him what song and key. Nicholas listened as Isabella talked about new beginnings and blessings in the upcoming year. She also talked about how amazing God was while the music was playing. He watched as the choir stood behind her and she started singing, Amazing by Ricky Dillard. She was beautiful and she sounded beautiful, his wolf mesmerized by her voice. He sat in awe of her voice and talent. The whole church was standing on their feet. You were amazing. Nicholas whispered when she sat back beside him, his wolf proud of her performance. Thank you. Isabella blushed, her wolf pleased by his praise. Why didn't you tell me you could sing? Nicholas asked, his wolf wanting to know everything about her. It wasn't important and I sang along to the radio in the car with you. Isabella shrugged. That is not the same and you know it. He whispered back chuckling, his wolf delighted by her modesty. Nicholas and Isabella stopped talking when the pastor started preaching, both their wolves respectfully attentive. After a while they were standing on their feet praying, and after the amens everyone shouted Happy New Year's to each other. Nicholas watched as everyone greeted Isabella and told her how good she did on the song and how they missed hearing her voice, the pack clearly valuing her talents. When they got back to her parents' house, Nicholas was introduced to so many people. Her aunts, uncles, and distant cousins, the extended pack welcoming him. Tiffany, Maya, Crystal, this is Nicholas. Nicholas, these are my cousins. Isabella said, drinking her orange juice. Nicholas smiled and then was called by William into the dining room with the males, following pack hierarchy. Damn Isabella, he is fine. Maya squealed and Isabella laughed, her wolf agreeing but staying modest. Where did you meet him again? Tiffany asked, laughing. At work. Isabella responded. He can give me plenty of checkups. Crystal laughed, her wolf appreciating his medical profession. How did Ethan take this news? Tiffany said, putting her hands on her stomach, referencing the pregnancy. He was pissed, but so what? Isabella smirked, her wolf unconcerned with her former mate's reaction. So how's the relationship going? Maya started with a suggestive tone. I know where you're going with that and I'm not answering. Isabella said firmly, her wolf private about intimate matters. I'm just saying you're walking around glowing and I don't think it's just from pregnancy alone. Maya chuckled out, her wolf sensing the contentment. Ugh, I'm done with this conversation. Isabella blushed and went into the kitchen to finish up cooking, her wolf embarrassed but pleased. Nicholas walked out of the dining room and sat on the couch where a few people were watching TV, his wolf relaxed after male bonding. He felt the couch dip beside him. So he turned to see who it was. Natasha said to himself, remembering Isabella's warning. He scooted over on the couch and pulled out his phone, his wolf immediately alert to the threat. Tell me about yourself. Natasha said, putting her hand on his thigh and leaning so her breasts were on display, her wolf making obvious advances. Nicholas pushed her hand off his thigh and scooted further over on the couch, his wolf rejecting her completely. I'm good. Nicholas responded curtly. I can make you feel good. She said seductively, her wolf persistent in pursuit. You'd wish. I'm not interested. Nicholas said flatly before getting up and walking to the kitchen, his wolf seeking Isabella's presence instead. He saw Isabella icing the cupcakes she made earlier. He tried to grab one and she smacked his hand. Nicholas, not right now. Isabella said, putting the icing bag down, her wolf protective of her work. You made about 40. Why can't I have one now? He pouted, his wolf wanting the treat. Because I'm not done, I still have to put bacon on the top of them. She laughed. Nicholas groaned and hugged her from behind, his wolf seeking comfort and contact. I will bring you one in a minute, I promise. Isabella told him, her wolf pleased by his neediness. He walked back into the living room and stood against the wall drinking a mimosa and listening to various conversations, his wolf observing pack dynamics. What do you see in my cousin Isabella? Natasha said, coming up in front of him, her wolf still pursuing despite his clear rejection. Nicholas's face contorted. This woman just wouldn't quit it, his wolf increasingly annoyed. He didn't understand why she would want to be continuously rejected. Everything. What don't I see? She is everything and more. Nicholas said sincerely, his wolf speaking the truth about Isabella. But don't you want me? She asked, twisting her hair between her fingers trying to look sexy, her wolf making one last attempt. Nicholas opened his mouth to say no. But he heard a voice from behind him. No ho, but in a minute the Undertaker will. Isabella growled, her wolf in full protective mode. It wasn't what it looked like. Natasha said quickly to a flaming Isabella, her wolf backing down from the dominant female. Bitch, it was exactly what it looked like. Don't insult my intelligence, Isabella said, stepping towards her, her wolf asserting dominance aggressively. Isabella just calmed down. She isn't worth it, Nicholas said, grabbing her waist, his wolf trying to soothe her rage. He had never seen Isabella this mad before. Her eyebrows were lowered and pulled close together. Her lips were pursed together and her eyes were dark. Don't test me, Isabella responded by jumping at her cousin, causing her to flinch, her wolf making it clear she would fight if necessary. If Isabella wasn't pregnant, she knew in her heart she would have fought her. Are you okay? Nicholas asked after Natasha walked away, his wolf concerned about Isabella's stress. Isabella didn't say anything, she just shoved the cupcake she was bringing him into his hands and walked off, her wolf still agitated. Nicholas waited a second confused, then he walked after her. He found Isabella sitting on the porch swinging back and forth, her wolf seeking space to calm down. Hey baby, are you okay? Nicholas asked, using the endearment naturally. You don't have to call me that, no one is around, Isabella told him seriously, though her wolf appreciated the term. Nicholas didn't care if anyone was around or not, his wolf meant it regardless of the audience. Isabella, what's wrong? He asked, taking one hand pulling on the swing to stop it from moving. When it stopped, he sat beside her on the swing and pushed back and forth so they could swing again. Sorry, I just hate people like that, Isabella responded. She caused me to get these stupid Braxton Hicks. Isabella finished rubbing her stomach, her wolf stressed by the confrontation. I hate people like that too, Nicholas said sincerely, his wolf agreeing completely. So you didn't find that attractive? Isabella questioned, facing him, her wolf needing reassurance. Not in the slightest way. Why would I want a female who clearly doesn't have self-morals and literally any male can get it easily? Isabella said, her wolf satisfied with his response. What? Nicholas asked. It's just that most males would have entertained it or her, Isabella observed. Well, I'm not like most males, now I am Isabella, Nicholas questioned, rubbing her leg, his wolf demonstrating his difference. You are definitely not, she responded quickly, her wolf agreeing completely. My ex-mate Ethan would have, and he probably would have had sex with her. She laughed then frowned, remembering her failed bond. The more I hear about your former mate, the more I don't like him. He was an ass, Nicholas said seriously, his wolf protective of her past pain. Isabella laughed and nodded her head, her wolf agreeing with his assessment. My feet hurt, Nicholas, Isabella whined, her pregnant wolf uncomfortable. I told you not to wear those shoes. He laughed, his wolf having predicted this. Well, what was I supposed to wear? Go to pack gathering in bedroom slippers? Isabella inquired playfully. Anything would have sufficed. Here, hold my cupcake, Nicholas told her. Isabella held his cupcake while he bent down and pulled her feet to his lap, taking off her heel boots. He began to rub her feet and Isabella moaned softly, his wolf pleased to provide relief. Nicholas looked over at her and she eyed him back, daring him to say something, her wolf unashamed of her pleasure. Isabella pulled on the cupcake's liner and took his cupcake out. She pulled a piece off and brought it to his mouth to feed him, her wolf nurturing. Nicholas smiled and opened his mouth and groaned, causing Isabella to laugh, his wolf appreciating her care. Damn. Give me another piece, he insisted. Isabella did as told and her breath hitched when his mouth enclosed around her finger, her wolf responding to the intimate contact. Her boyfriend was absent-mindedly turning her on. She gave him some more and Nicholas did the same thing, this time licking the icing off her fingers, and Isabella moaned, both their wolves responding to the sensual act. Nicholashaman, stop, she moaned, her wolf overwhelmed by desire. He looked at her and shrugged, his wolf playing innocent. What am I doing, Isabella? He asked, inching closer to her face. You know what, and it's not right to mess with me, I'm pregnant. Her wolf was vulnerable and aroused. Nicholas stared into Isabella's eyes and she stared back intently. They both started to lean in, their wolves drawn together. "Isabella, come on, it's time to say grace," Elena said, opening the front door. Isabella and Nicholas jumped back from each other and blushed, both their wolves disappointed by the interruption. Nicholas licked his lips and put her slippers back on her feet. He helped her up and they went inside. Isabella's heart was pounding. She was pissed her mother interrupted them. Her wolf had been ready to feel his lips on hers again. "Bye Mama and bye Daddy," Isabella said, hugging them both tightly. "It was nice meeting you, Nicholas," Elena said, smiling, her wolf approving of her daughter's choice. "You too," Nicholas responded back. "Remember what we talked about?" William said sternly and Nicholas nodded, both wolves understanding the expectations. Isabella turned to Nicholas confused and raised an eyebrow. "I will send you both plane tickets and the baby shower invitation," Isabella said happily, her wolf excited about future pack celebrations. "All right, have a good flight," Elena and William said before walking away. They arrived at the hospital and Nicholas could feel Isabella's body go rigid beside him, her wolf anxious about the appointment. He laced his fingers with hers and together they walked into the hospital. Their wait in the waiting room was short and, before they knew it, they were awaiting the doctor in the exam room. "Good morning, Dr. Carter and Dr. Stone," Dr. Monroe said as she entered the exam room. Isabella and Nicholas both nodded their greetings. "I am so happy to see you both again. Let's take a look and find out the sex today." Isabella pulled up her shirt and Dr. Monroe started the ultrasound. After only a few minutes of searching, the whoosh-whoosh sound of the baby's heart rate filled the room. It was so strong and powerful. "Look at his or her little nose. It looks just like yours," Nicholas whispered into her ear and her smile got impossibly bigger, his wolf noting family resemblance. "Aw, look at our pup," Isabella said, cooing, her wolf maternal and protective. "Well, actually that's not your pup," Dr. Monroe said and Isabella looked confused, her wolf immediately alert. "What do you mean?" "Those are your pups," she said and they both couldn't believe their ears. "What? Come again?" Isabella asked in shock, her wolf overwhelmed. "Congratulations, you're having twins," Dr. Monroe exclaimed and a smile formed on Nicholas's face. "Twins? We're having twins," Nicholas said, shocked but excited, his wolf thrilled at the prospect of multiple offspring. "This is unbelievable," Isabella uttered clearly, not happy, her wolf panicking. She just went from being single with 2 kids to 3. Nicholas turned to look at Isabella who had her arms crossed and he could tell her mind was racing, her wolf stressed. "Isabella, are you okay?" "I'm fine, Nicholas. I just need a minute to process. I'm excited, I really am, just caught off guard is all." Her wolf is trying to adjust to this new reality. Nicholas nodded his head, still unsure, his wolf concerned about her reaction. "Shall we continue to see the sex of them both?" Dr. Monroe asked. Isabella nodded wildly, actually smiling this time, her wolf curiosity overriding stress. The doctor moved the wand around and looked. "Okay, congratulations, baby A is a girl." "A girl?" Isabella exclaimed, clapping her hands, smiling, and Nicholas smiled, kissing her forehead, both their wolves celebrating. "And baby B is also a girl," Dr. Monroe said, pointing between the baby's legs. "2 girls." Nicholas cheesed, his wolf imagining future pack princesses. Isabella got off the examining table and waited for their ultrasounds to be printed as she kept wiping her tears, her wolf emotional and overwhelmed. "It's really 2 girls," she said happily, her wolf finally accepting the blessing. "Oh my God. It's going to be 2 miniature versions of you," Nicholas said, frowning a little, his wolf both excited and terrified. Isabella hit him in his stomach, "And you say that like it's a bad thing?" She huffed, her wolf offended. No. They are just going to be beautiful and that means trouble when they're older," Nicholas clarified quickly, his wolf already protective of the future females. Oh. You cleaned that up nicely. Isabella laughed, her wolf appeased. The technician came back with their pictures and Nicholas and Isabella left. It all makes sense now. No wonder I'm huge. Isabella chuckled, her wolf understanding her body's changes. You are not huge. Nicholas stated, his wolf finding her beautiful in any state. Whatever you say, Dr. Stone. Isabella said, buckling up. What do you want to do for the rest of the day? Nicholas asked. Baby shopping and the nursery. Isabella smiled, her wolf nesting instinct strong. Chapter 7. Isabella walked inside her house and set her purse down on the table beside the door. She gasped looking at everything, her wolf immediately sensing the romantic atmosphere that filled their den. There were red, pink, and white balloons everywhere along with balloon towers. Candles and big bouquets of roses filled the room. Isabella walked further and read the little sayings in rose petals on the floor. Be mine, hugs and kisses, me and you, soul mates, each word making her wolf's heart race. When she got into the living room she smiled. There was a blanket in the middle of the floor with a basket on top. Wine glasses and silver plate covers like the kind in restaurants awaited her. She saw several beautifully wrapped gifts as well. Nicholas. Isabella called out as she walked through some Hershey kisses scattered on the floor, her wolf following the sweet trail he'd created. When Nicholas walked out from the direction of the kitchen, Isabella looked up. He looked incredibly handsome and he was wearing a suit, making her wolf purr with appreciation. What is all this and why are you wearing a suit? Isabella questioned, her wolf curious about his formal attire. You told me last month that no one had ever went all out for Valentine's Day for you. So I wanted to be the one to do it. Nicholas explained, his wolf wanting to claim this special first for her. Oh my goodness, Nicholas. Isabella said, wiping her eyes that started watering, her wolf emotional at his thoughtfulness. So let me do this the correct way. Nicholas said, grabbing a poster from behind him. Isabella, now that I have kissed the ground you walked on, will you be my Valentine? Isabella read the poster and then started laughing, just realizing why she walked through Hershey kisses. Her wolf was charmed by his creativity. Nicholashiman, you are so corny, but I would love to be your Valentine. She responded, blushing at him, her wolf delighted by his romantic gesture. I wish I would have known, would have worn something else. Isabella said, pouting. You look beautiful. Nicholas told her seriously, looking at the skirt and blouse she had on from work, his wolf finding her attractive always. Isabella smiled, thank you, but can I go change really quickly? Isabella asked, looking up at him. Of course. Nicholas smiled, his wolf patient and understanding. Isabella walked upstairs to her bedroom and changed into a beautiful white dress that made her feel elegant and confident. When she was finished getting dressed she walked downstairs, her wolf feeling beautiful and special. Nicholas looked up as he heard her approaching. You're stunning. He whispered, his wolf mesmerized by her beauty. Isabella grabbed Nicholas's hand and he led her to the floor in their living room. He helped her sit down on the pillow in front of her covered dish, his wolf attentive to her comfort. Isabella took in everything again, it was a beautiful setup. She especially loved the chocolate fountain, her pregnant wolf craving the sweet treats. After Nicholas sat down and got situated, Isabella opened the dish cover and saw a lobster tail, filet mignon, asparagus, and a baked potato. Nicholas, everything is so beautiful and this is the sweetest thing that anyone has ever done for me. Thank you. Isabella told him seriously, her wolf grateful for his efforts. You are welcome and you don't have to thank me. Nicholas said, grabbing her glass and pouring her some sparkling cider. You're good at romantic gestures. Isabella complimented as she ate her food. It's easy when you do it for someone special. Nicholas stated, his wolf speaking from the heart. Isabella's eyebrow went up in curiosity and she stared at him, waiting for him to elaborate. I care about you, Isabella. More than I probably should. Nicholas told her seriously, his wolf finally being honest. I care about you too. Isabella said back quickly, thinking he meant as a friend. No, not just as a friend. I want to be with you and have a real relationship with you. Nicholas said, clarifying what he meant, his wolf laying its feelings bare. Oh. Isabella said, surprised and feeling her heart race after his confession. I want routine with you. I want waking up in the morning to the sun shining or rain pouring with you. I want home with you. I want late night TV and quiet conversations with you. I want slow dancing in our living room, in our house, in our home with you. I just want you. Nicholas said sincerely, his wolf expressing its deepest desires. I want all of that with you too, Nicholas. Isabella said, smiling, her wolf responding to his heartfelt words. But I'm nervous. What are you nervous about? Nicholas questioned, his wolf wanting to address her concerns. I'm nervous about a relationship with you. I've only ever been in one and that went badly. My ambition ended my marriage and I don't want to do that to you. I'm relaxed now because I'm pregnant, but once the twins come, I want to pick back up on my career immediately. Isabella told him seriously, her wolf being honest about her priorities. I didn't expect anything less, Isabella. I know you and I know that you want to be and that you are going to be a successful career woman. I'm a doctor too. I understand that you don't work a normal 9 to 5 and the late hours. We will work because we choose to make it work. Nicholas said, confirming everything that she needed to know, his wolf committed to supporting her dreams. This relationship will be nothing like your last. Nicholas continued, his wolf promising something better. Isabella's breath caught when Nicholas's hand gently touched her chin. Isabella just looked up at him. Nicholas sat there looking down at her, neither one moved. Without warning, Nicholas slowly Nicholas down to give her a soft kiss on the lips. It was gentle and sweet. He broke away and moved his head back just an inch from her lips, waiting for her reaction. He moved back in to give her another kiss, deeper this time. Isabella responded by kissing him back, her hands finding his shoulders. When they broke free from the kiss, Isabella's breathing was unsteady and her wolf was singing with joy. They looked into each other's eyes and Nicholas kissed her again, more passionately this time. Isabella's hands found the lapels of his suit jacket, but Nicholas gently caught her hands. Wait. Nicholas managed to say, and Isabella looked at him questioningly. What? Isabella asked, slightly breathless. I still have gifts to give you. Nicholas said, his wolf wanting to complete his romantic gesture properly. Nicholas got up and retrieved a gift box, walking back over to her. He watched as Isabella sat up and grabbed a strawberry from the table, dipping it in chocolate. She took a bite and had chocolate on the corners of her lips that she licked away, making Nicholas's wolf stir with affection. Nicholas sat back down beside her and handed her a box with a red bow on it. What is this? Isabella asked, smiling as she pulled the red bow off. She opened the box and her eyes widened, looking at a beautiful necklace. It had 3 diamond solitaire pendants, each a little bigger than the other. This is beautiful, Nicholas. Isabella said, running her hand across each diamond, her wolf appreciating the thoughtful gift. It represents our family. Ethan and the twins. Nicholas said, explaining, his wolf including all their young ones. Thank you. Isabella said, wiping tears that fell. She set the box down and kissed his lips multiple times, her wolf showing gratitude. Nicholas handed her another gift, a smaller box, and Isabella gasped in shock opening it. Nicholas, it's... Isabella stammered out, trying to find the words, staring at the beautiful diamond ring. Isabella, it's a promise ring for your right hand. Nicholas told her, trying to calm her surprise, his wolf wanting to reassure her. Oh, okay. Isabella said, taking a deep breath, her wolf settling. What's the promise? Isabella asked curiously, her eyes watering again. I promise you that my heart will always be true and that with the next ring, I will marry you. Nicholas responded, looking in her eyes, his wolf making a sacred vow. Isabella was in tears as he took the ring out of the box and put it on her right hand. The diamond was stunning. She wondered if this was just a promise ring, what would the engagement ring be like? We can take this diamond when the time comes and add it to your necklace to represent me. Nicholas said sweetly, his wolf planning their future together. Nicholas, this is the most romantic thing that anyone has ever done. I love this and I think I love you. Isabella whispered against his lips, her wolf finally admitting the truth. Nicholas kissed her lips fully before whispering back. I think I love you too. His wolf echoing the sentiment. They spent the rest of the evening talking, sharing chocolate-covered strawberries, and dancing slowly to soft music in their living room. Nicholas held her carefully, mindful of her pregnancy, while they swayed together. Isabella felt completely safe and cherished in his arms, her wolf content and happy. As the night grew later, they found themselves on the couch, wrapped in each other's arms, sharing gentle kisses and quiet conversations about their future together. The connection between them was electric, but Nicholas was respectful and patient, his wolf understanding that their bond was about so much more than physical attraction. I don't think I've ever felt this way before, Isabella whispered against his shoulder, her wolf completely at peace. Neither have I, Nicholas replied, holding her closer. This feels right, Isabella. We feel right. I know, she agreed, her wolf singing with contentment. I love you, Nicholas Stone. I love you too, Isabella Carter, he whispered back, sealing their declaration with a tender kiss. They held each other close as the candles flickered around them, both knowing that this Valentine's Day had changed everything between them. Their wolves had found their match, and their hearts had found their home. The evening ended with them curled up together on the couch, talking softly about their dreams and plans, the promise ring catching the candlelight as Isabella traced gentle patterns on Nicholas's chest. It was perfect, romantic, meaningful, and the beginning of something beautiful. Later that night, as Nicholas walked Isabella to her bedroom door, he kissed her goodnight with all the love and promise their new relationship held. Both their wolves were content, knowing they had found something rare and precious in each other. Sweet dreams, my love, Nicholas whispered. Sweet dreams, Isabella replied, her wolf purring with happiness as she closed the door, her heart full of love and hope for their future together. Chapter 8. Isabella applied lotion and put on a beautiful silk robe that Nicholas had bought her. She took the rollers out of her hair and combed her fingers through them, watching her hair fall to her shoulders in soft waves, her wolf pleased with her appearance. She sat on her bed and put on some delicate lace stockings. She walked into their bathroom and did her makeup. She normally did light makeup but not today. She did a full face with a smoky eye, put on eyelashes and red lipstick, her wolf wanting to look beautiful for her mate. She walked back into their bedroom and grabbed her black heels and put them on. She was wearing the silk robe Nicholas had given her for Valentine's Day. Isabella heard a car door shut, her wolf's enhanced hearing picking up the sound. She looked at herself in the mirror and admired her reflection before walking downstairs. She would have to dress up like this again when she wasn't carrying the twins, her wolf looking forward to future romantic evenings. Before he could put his key in, Isabella unlocked the door and pulled it open smiling, expecting to surprise Nicholas. Cartery Mark said, looking her up and down, then smirking. Isabella's eyes widened looking at the faces of Derek, Mark, and Owen. Derek and Owen were trying their best not to look at her inappropriate attire, but were failing miserably. Mark didn't care. She didn't even know if he blinked, their wolves all recognizing the awkward situation. Isabella quickly scooted behind the door and leaned her head over. What in the world are you all doing here? Isabella called out, her wolf embarrassed. For the party. Derek answered, his face red, holding a bowl of something. What party? Isabella questioned, her wolf confused. The Super Bowl party potluck that you and Nicholas are hosting, Owen explained. We don't host parties. Isabella responded, frustrated and her wolf agitated. Are you going to let us in? Mark asked, holding 2 cases of drinks. Isabella didn't know how she was going to handle this, but she was frustrated, and when she made it upstairs Nicholas was going to get an earful from both her and her wolf. Okay, I'm going to shut this door and give me 30 seconds to get upstairs, then put your food on the kitchen counter and make yourselves comfortable in the living room. Isabella said, shutting the door. She moved as fast as she could to the stairs and walked up them, hearing the door open behind her, her wolf seeking the safety of their bedroom. Isabella walked into her room and closed the door firmly. She picked up her phone, dialing Nicholas's number. Nicholas Stone. Isabella said with clear frustration. Hey baby, did Shepard, Sloane and Hunt show up yet? Yes, they sure did, and I answered the door in my robe. Isabella said, irritated, her wolf still embarrassed. What? You did what, Isabella? Nicholas asked, concerned. Why are there people at our house, Nicolashman? Isabella asked, clicking her teeth in annoyance. Hold on, Isabella, I'm pulling into the driveway now. Nicholas stated. Isabella listened as he was moving around. He must have gotten groceries. She heard the front door open and he hung up the phone. Nicholas walked into his house and put his coat by the front door. He walked to the kitchen, setting the bags down. Then he walked into the living room and saw everyone sitting with knowing looks on their faces. Derek said, shaking his head, and Owen chuckled. We would like to see you get out of this one. I'm surprised she even let us in. Derek continued. Man, she greets you at the door like that? Mark said, smiling. Quiet. Nicholas said, taking the stairs 2 at a time, his wolf eager to soothe his mate. Nicholas opened their bedroom door and took a deep breath. Hey baby. Nicholas said quietly. His eyes widened when she stood up and he appreciated how beautiful she looked. She was absolutely stunning, his wolf thought admiringly. Nicholas Stone. Isabella said loudly, her wolf demanding answers. Isabella Carter. Nicholas said softly, trying to calm her. You saw that I answered the door like this? He inquired, getting upset that they saw her in her private attire, his wolf protective. Yes, because I thought it was you. I was trying to surprise my man at the door, she explained. Nicholas smiled and walked over, pulling her into him and holding her close, Isabella sighing contentedly. No, Nicolashman. Explain to me why people are showing up to our house, she said, though she melted into his embrace. Isabella the first told you about a Super Bowl party. Almost 2 weeks ago. Nicholas told her seriously, his wolf remembering the conversation. When? Isabella questioned, putting her hands on her hips. Right before. Nicholas started, then trailed off with a knowing smile. Before what? She demanded. Before we got distracted by our romantic evening, Nicholas said diplomatically, remembering their passionate Valentine's night. Isabella's expression softened as she remembered. Oh, that doesn't count. You can't tell me important things when we're being romantic. Nicholas chuckled and pulled her closer. I'm sorry, baby. But I can't ask our guests to leave, especially when we agreed to host and more people are coming. Isabella pouted, but her wolf understood pack obligations. I had special plans for us tonight. Plans that I was not willing to give up. What were you thinking? Nicholas questioned, intrigued. Isabella smirked and looked at him meaningfully. Well, I wore red lipstick for a reason, Isabella answered, her wolf playful. I figured we could spend some quality time together, but oh well. Isabella said, walking to their closet to change clothes. Nicholas's eyes showed his disappointment at missing their romantic evening. Isabella, we could always have our special time tonight after everyone leaves. Nicholas offered hopefully. No, you don't get it until you get it. Isabella called from inside the closet, her wolf making him wait for forgiveness. She wanted to laugh when he sighed heavily. Isabella, I'm taking a quick shower. Your new Seahawks jersey I bought you last week is on the bed. Then it hit Isabella, he had shown her the shirt last week and he did mention a Super Bowl party. She had been distracted because they hadn't had alone time in 5 days and her pregnant wolf was feeling particularly affectionate. Isabella put on her blue and green Seahawks jersey with black leggings and fuzzy socks. Walking downstairs as the doorbell rang, she eyed Derek, Owen, and Mark sternly, daring them to say a word about earlier. Isabella opened the door then smiled. Chief. Hey Carter, how you doing? Richard asked, holding a covered dish and chips. I'm doing great. She smiled, letting him in, her wolf always happy to see the respected elder. You can put your dish on the counter in the kitchen. Isabella pointed in the direction of the kitchen. Isabella walked into the kitchen and saw a huge bucket of ice with drinks in it on the floor. Who put this on my new hardwood floors? She muttered, rolling her eyes, her wolf protective of their den. Isabella, you know you're not supposed to be Nicholas ding over. Nicholas from your knees. Nicholas said, walking into the kitchen, his wolf protective of their pregnant mate. I know, babe. Isabella said, standing back up quickly. Are you cooking on the grill? Isabella asked. You know it. Nicholas smiled, kissing her cheek. I'm getting ready to get it fired up right now. Okay, great, because I want a cheeseburger and 2 hot dogs. Isabella said, licking her lips, her pregnant wolf craving the grilled meat. Nicholas laughed and nodded, his wolf pleased to provide for her. Isabella walked back into the living room to turn the fireplace on when she was almost trampled over by Jackson and Karev. Hey, watch it. Didn't your mothers ever teach you about not running indoors? She called out, her wolf's protective instincts flaring. Sorry, Carter. Alex said quickly, and then Jackson echoed the apology. The kitchen is that way. Set your food and drinks down in there. She directed before walking into the living room and turning the fireplace on, seeking warmth for her wolf. Isabella sat beside Derek and Richard, her wolf content among trusted pack members. Carter, this was nice of you to throw this party. Richard said, smiling. Isabella turned to him and gave him a look that said everything he needed to know, her wolf's expression clear. If it wasn't for Nicholas, none of them would be in my house. She stated firmly, her wolf territorial about her den. You said them. That excludes me. Richard laughed. Sir, you were always at my apartment for dinner. Isabella smiled at him, her wolf fond of the elder. You're right. We haven't done it in a while. Richard said sadly. Sir, we can do it again this week coming up. She told him seriously, and Richard nodded, both appreciating the tradition. After about 30 minutes, everyone was filling her house. Meredith and Christina were making drinks in her kitchen. Callie and Arizona just arrived. There were nurses and other doctors there. She had a house full, and the game hadn't even started yet, her wolf feeling slightly overwhelmed by all the pack members. Hey, is it true you opened the door in your robe? Callie laughed, her wolf curious about the gossip. I'm going to have words with Mark. Isabella mumbled, her wolf annoyed. Yes, friend. I had on, well, let's just say I wasn't expecting company, and I opened the door thinking it was Nicholas. Isabella blushed, her wolf embarrassed. How is that going? Last thing you told me was Valentine's Day. Callie asked, her wolf interested in her friend's happiness. It's going wonderfully. Isabella said, combing her fingers through her hair, smiling, her wolf content. And the relationship? You two seem very close. Callie questioned with a knowing smile. Amazing. Isabella smirked, her wolf purring with satisfaction. We're very compatible. In every way. How are you both managing with the pregnancy? That must make things interesting. Callie said, gesturing toward her stomach. We're making it work just fine. When we need to adjust, we will. We're very affectionate throughout the house. Isabella responded and laughed when Callie's face showed understanding, her wolf pleased with their bond. Even in his home gym? Callie laughed. Even in his home gym. Isabella responded back with a grin. That was actually my idea. Wow. When is the baby shower again, and what's the theme? Callie asked. It's at the end of next month, and it's a princess theme. Isabella said, getting up from her chair, walking to her office, and Callie followed behind her. Here are the invitations. Twice the blessing, twice the fun, 2 little miracles instead of 1. Our twin princesses are on their way. This is too cute, Isabella. Callie exclaimed, looking at the words in gold, pink and purple. Thank you. It was between Princess Theme or Thing 1 and Thing 2 from Dr. Seuss. Isabella said, smiling, her wolf excited about the celebration. Isabella and Callie walked back into the living room just in time for the game to start. Isabella sat down and watched. She scanned the room and her eyes landed on Nurse Liz. She sat up and frowned, her wolf immediately alert. Who invited her? She thought to herself, then continued watching the game, her wolf keeping track of the potential threat. She laughed as all the men kept grunting and complaining when their team fumbled or lost possession of the ball, their competitive wolves showing. Isabella kept dozing off and would wake up every time they would cheer. When she looked up in the middle of the second quarter, she noticed that Nurse Liz was no longer standing in her spot. Isabella scanned the room to see where she had moved to, but didn't see her, her wolf's protective instincts engaging. She stood up and slowly made her way to the kitchen where Nicholas was still cooking on the grill. When she got to the doorway of the kitchen, she frowned as she watched Liz talking to Nicholas while he was trying to look at the TV in their kitchen and focus on the grill. She couldn't hear what she was saying because the house was so loud. All she could hear was, "Thank you," and she saw her reach to touch his left hand. She did notice that Nicholas moved it away, her wolf pleased by his rejection. Isabella walked fully into the kitchen and stood by the counter and cleared her throat loudly. She watched as the two jumped and Nicholas looked at her quickly, both recognizing the alpha female's presence. "Am I interrupting something?" Isabella asked, raising an eyebrow, her wolf asserting dominance. Nicholas's eyes widened at her statement. Isabella was clearly upset. He didn't know if it was the grill, but he could feel tension radiating from her wolf's displeasure evident. "No, baby. You're not interrupting anything," Nicholas said, his wolf immediately reassuring his mate. "It seems like I am," she countered, looking between the two, her wolf reading the situation. "No, I was just leaving," Liz said, looking nervous, her wolf recognizing the challenge. "Sure you were," Isabella said, rolling her eyes. "Learn some house etiquette. Guests don't come into other people's kitchens uninvited, and I don't remember anyone saying that the food was ready," Isabella said firmly, her wolf establishing boundaries. "Isabella, that was a bit stern," Nicholas responded when Liz left, his wolf trying to keep peace. "I could have been worse." "What was she thanking you for, Nicolashman?" Isabella asked, her voice rising slightly, her wolf demanding answers. "She asked me if she could get her burger cooked medium. I told her yes and she said thank you. No more and no less," Nicholas said, flipping the burgers over, his wolf being completely honest. "She was doing entirely too much. This is a party, she takes what she gets. She doesn't get special requests like this is some restaurant," Isabella said, her wolf territorial. Nicholas wanted to chuckle, but knew how serious she was, his wolf reading her mood. "Why would you allow another woman who's interested in you to approach you in my house?" Isabella asked, her wolf protective. "Our house," Nicholas corrected gently. "Our house. That doesn't make it any less concerning," she responded, her wolf still agitated. "I didn't invite her. She probably came with one of her nurse friends," Nicholas said sincerely, his wolf wanting to ease her concerns. "I wish I knew who, so I could ask both of them to leave," Isabella responded coolly, her wolf wanting to remove the threat. Nicholas set his spatula down and came over, wrapping his arms around her waist and kissing her neck then lips, his wolf soothing his mate. "You were jealous," Nicholas said with a gentle smile, his wolf recognizing her possessive behavior. "I was not jealous. Please," Isabella said, hitting his arm playfully, her wolf denying the obvious. "You saw her talking to me and you got territorial." Nicholas chuckled, his wolf amused by her protective instincts. "I was not jealous. I was about to make a scene and ask both of you to leave my territory. Because you were both making me very uncomfortable," Isabella said seriously, her wolf making her boundaries clear but keeping her language appropriate for their guests. Chapter 9. Nicholas I don't want to wear a crown. Isabella pouted, her wolf feeling self-conscious about the formal pack ceremony accessory. It was the day of their pup shower and Isabella was dressed in her pink fitted mermaid floor-length dress, her wolf preening at how the fabric complemented her pregnancy glow. She was arguing with Nicholas about wearing a gold crown that symbolized her status as the future pack mother. Isabella, it goes with the theme. Nicholas responded, walking out of their bathroom, his wolf admiring how beautiful his mate looked. Isabella looked him up and down in his royal blue suit. He looked handsome and incredibly attractive. She inwardly sighed with appreciation, her wolf responding to his commanding presence. If her parents weren't staying in her guest room, she would claim him right now, her wolf wanting to show her appreciation for such a magnificent mate. Isabella, stop looking at me like that, Nicholas said firmly, his wolf recognizing the desire in her eyes. What Nicolashman? Isabella asked, looking over her eyelashes, biting her lip, her wolf playing innocent while her scent betrayed her attraction. Nicholas stalked over with predatory grace and pulled her close to him, his wolf unable to resist her call. He leaned down and captured her lips in a passionate kiss that would have ruined her lipstick, both their wolves singing at the contact. Nicolashman. Isabella sighed contentedly against his lips, her wolf purring with satisfaction. Nicholas was reaching for the hem of her dress when they heard a knock on their door, both wolves immediately alert to the interruption. Isabella, you two are going to be late to your own pup shower, Elena said through the door, her maternal wolf keeping them on schedule. We are coming, Mama, Isabella said, unwrapping her arms from around Nicholas's neck, her wolf reluctant to break the connection. She smoothed her dress down as it pooled elegantly to the floor. Isabella kissed Nicholas's lips softly before walking over to the mirror, fixing her lipstick. She handed Nicholas a tissue to clean his mouth, both their wolves still humming with affection. Isabella made sure she and Nicholas looked presentable before pulling the door open, her wolf wanting to make a good impression on the pack gathering. Mama, you look beautiful, Isabella smiled, seeing her mother with her gold dress on and her buttons saying grandmother-to-be, her wolf appreciating how the elder female honored the occasion. Thank you. You look beautiful as well, she smiled back, her wolf proud of her daughter. Nicholas walked out holding his and Isabella's crowns, the ceremonial pieces that would mark their status during the pack celebration. Mommy, I'm ready, Ethan called out, walking out with his grandfather, his young wolf excited about the formal event. Oh my goodness. You look so handsome, my little prince, Isabella cooed and touched the crown on his head, her wolf maternal and protective of her first pup. I love his crown, Nicholas, Isabella said, turning to help him tie his necktie. Nicholas placed his crown on top of his head and Isabella felt the familiar flutter in her stomach. He was definitely an alpha king, she thought to herself, her wolf recognizing his natural authority. Come on everyone before we are late to the pack gathering, Nicholas said, walking to get his keys, his wolf eager to present his family to their community. The family arrived at the huge hotel and they all went inside, the venue chosen specifically to accommodate their large extended pack. Here, put this on before we go in, Nicholas said, handing her the crown, wanting his mate to be properly honored. Fine, Isabella replied, placing it on her head, her wolf finally accepting the symbol of her status. Nicholas opened the door and Isabella's face beamed with joy, her wolf delighted by what she saw. Oh my goodness, this is so beautiful, Isabella said, looking at all the decorations, her wolf appreciating how the pack had honored their future offspring. The room was filled with pink and purple balloons with gold streamers and little royal carriages on the tables. It looked exactly like their nursery where their twin pups would soon rest. Isabella loved the dessert table with the two huge cakes. One was pink and white and the other was purple and white. Both cakes had gold crowns on the top and an A for their daughters' names that was still undecided, they just knew both would start with an A, following pack tradition. Isabella looked at the room full of their friends and family and smiled. She truly loved her pack, her wolf content with their support and acceptance. Isabella saw Nicholas's parents and walked over so she could introduce them to hers, wanting to properly unite the two family lines. Mama and Daddy, this is Nicholas's parents, James and Patricia, Isabella said, using formal pack introduction protocols. Mom and Dad, this is Isabella's parents, William and Elena Carter, Nicholas said, joining in, his wolf ensuring proper respect was shown. Isabella watched as her mother's face looked distant. She probably shouldn't have told her about Patricia's earlier comments, her wolf regretting sharing the tension between the females. "It's nice to meet you both," William said, nodding, then shaking hands with James, the alpha males acknowledging each other with mutual respect. "It's nice to meet you both as well," James responded, his wolf recognizing William's authority. "Excited for the arrival of the pups?" James added, genuinely interested in the future pack members. "Yes, super excited, although it's not our first grand pup," William replied proudly. "If your daughter could stay mated long enough," Patricia muttered under her breath so no one could hear, her wolf's territorial nature showing. "Care to speak up?" "What was that about my child?" Elena said, sternly raising an eyebrow, her wolf immediately protective and challenging the slight. "Okay, Mom, let's just go find our table, shall we?" Isabella said, grabbing her arm and walking in the other direction, her wolf seeking to avoid conflict during the celebration. "Come on, William," Elena said over her shoulder, and he excused himself, walking off, both wolves supporting their daughter. "Mom, I'm not going to tell you again." "Stop disrespecting Isabella," Nicholas said, turning to face her, his wolf asserting dominance to protect his mate. "She is the woman that I choose and who I am completely devoted to. She is going to be around forever because she is my forever, and I am going to mate with her officially. I want you to be around and I want to include you in my life, but not if you are going to continuously disrespect the mother of my pups and future mate." "I'm sorry, Nicholas. It's just that ever since Isabella showed up, you never call anymore and you don't come over. You just spend every moment with her," Patricia said, her wolf struggling with no longer being the primary female in her son's life. "Mom, I'm sorry and I will do better," Nicholas said, hugging her and kissing her cheek, his wolf showing affection while maintaining boundaries. "You need to apologize to Isabella," he added firmly. "I will," she said, nodding, her wolf accepting the alpha directive. "Okay, now where is Kurt?" Nicholas asked, looking for his brother. "Late as always," James said, chuckling, and Nicholas shook his head, both wolves amused by the younger male's habits. Nicholas talked to his parents for a little while longer before he walked over to Isabella, who was talking to her friends, his wolf drawn back to his mate's side. Isabella smiled, seeing him as he wrapped his arms around her waist, her wolf immediately relaxing in his embrace. He pulled Isabella away and swayed her back and forth while she laid her head on his chest, both their wolves content in the gentle movement. "Babe, nobody dances at a pup shower," Isabella said, laughing, though her wolf enjoyed the intimate moment. "Well, we do. I'll dance with you anywhere," he laughed, his wolf wanting to show affection regardless of pack customs. "That's so sweet," Isabella said, leaning up to kiss his lips, her wolf appreciating his romantic nature. "I'm sorry about my mom's comment," Nicholas told her seriously, his wolf apologetic for his family's behavior. "It's okay, Nicholas, really. She will come around and like me eventually," Isabella replied with surprising optimism. Nicholas looked confused, his wolf noting the unusual positivity. "What?" Isabella questioned, sensing his surprise. "Nothing, that was just positive," he said, laughing, his wolf amused by the change. "And I can't be positive?" Isabella retorted, her wolf slightly offended. "Baby, you're like a fierce alpha female. You protect your territory with fire." Nicholas laughed hard and Isabella hit him, stepping out of his embrace, her wolf not appreciating the comparison. "You think it's funny to compare me to a fierce alpha?" Isabella asked, wide-eyed, her wolf indignant. "Isabella, it's the truth and we both know it." He laughed some more while she rolled her eyes, his wolf enjoying her strong spirit. "Well, I don't find it funny," Isabella said with attitude, then turned as Arizona started talking, her wolf still mildly annoyed. Isabella was excited to play the pup shower unscramble game, her competitive wolf eager to participate in pack activities. She pouted when Richard and Callie tied for first place, her wolf disappointed at not winning. "Baby, you know you don't get the prizes right," Nicholas asked seriously, his wolf gently reminding her of the rules. "It's my pup shower," she huffed, her pregnant wolf feeling entitled to special treatment. After a few more games they brought Nicholas and Isabella food and she examined her plate hungrily, her wolf's enhanced senses picking up all the delicious scents. "Where are the meatballs?" Isabella pouted on the verge of tears looking down at her plate, her pregnant wolf craving specific foods. Then she examined Nicholas's plate for them, hoping he had what she needed. "There aren't any," Nicholas stated simply. "How come?" Isabella said with wide eyes, her wolf confused and disappointed. "I asked you what did you want on the menu," Nicholas reminded her gently. "I didn't think I had to specify or specifically say meatballs. That's the perfect combination with macaroni. My goodness, have you not been to a pup shower before?" Isabella exclaimed, her wolf's pregnancy hormones making the missing food seem catastrophic. "So let's start opening gifts," Callie said excitedly, handing a gift to Isabella, redirecting attention to the celebration. Isabella took the gift and opened it, then smiled when she saw 2 onesies that read, "Born together, friends forever, perfect for twin pups." "This is so cute," Isabella said, her wolf pleased with the thoughtful gift. Isabella opened all the presents, and loved each one. It was the best pup shower she had ever seen, her wolf grateful for the pack's generosity and support. After much conversation and chatter they all went to their respective dens. Isabella had Callie follow them because they couldn't fit all the gifts in their vehicle, the abundance showing how much their pack cared for the future arrivals. Later that night Isabella was sitting on her bed watching her handsome mate change clothes, her wolf appreciating the view of his strong form. She loved seeing him change just to admire his physique, her wolf responding to his physical appeal. "Isabella." Nicholas said her name in a warning tone, his wolf sensing her desire. "Nicholashaman, I want you," she said softly, then licked her lips, her wolf making her intentions clear. "Your parents are here and Ethan," Nicholas noted, his wolf mindful of the other pack members in their den. "I promise I'll be quiet," Isabella said, pleading and biting her lips appealingly, her wolf desperate for intimate connection. "You aren't capable of being quiet," Nicholas laughed, getting on the bed, his wolf knowing her passionate nature too well. Isabella pulled her nightgown over her head and moved closer to him, her wolf bold in pursuing what she wanted. "We can at least try," Isabella suggested and sighed contentedly when Nicholas touched her gently, both their wolves responding to the contact. The next month Nicholas woke up early. He had been planning her mating proposal for weeks and today was the day, his wolf excited to officially claim his mate. Isabella was sleeping peacefully with her hand on his chest, her wolf trusting and content. Nicholas gently lifted her right hand and slid her promise ring off. He looked on her nightstand and grabbed her necklace he bought her a few months ago and put the ring on the chain, preserving the symbol of their first commitment. He walked back over to his nightstand and pulled the ring box out, his wolf eager to complete the mating ritual. Isabella turned in her sleep and he grabbed her left hand, sliding the engagement ring on, marking her as his future mate while she rested peacefully. Nicholas walked into the bathroom and got dressed, leaving their room quietly, his wolf careful not to wake his sleeping mate. He went out the front door and sat on the hood of his car. He called the company and told them that he was ready because he knew Isabella would be up by 7 a.m. She was always up early, her wolf maintaining consistent routines. After about an hour he was still waiting, his wolf growing impatient. "Hey, sorry man, she isn't up yet, just keep flying. I'll pay the extra," Nicholas told the pilot through a radio. He didn't know how she was still asleep, the airplane was loud as anything, but his pregnant mate needed her rest. Isabella rolled over in the bed and yawned, stretching, her wolf slowly awakening. She reached over in the bed and touched Nicholas's empty spot, searching. She sat up some and looked around their room, her wolf immediately missing his presence. "Baby, are you in the bathroom?" She called out but got no response, her wolf starting to feel concern. Isabella reached for her lamp. She noticed the ring on her hand and stared for a while, her wolf recognizing something significant had changed. Then she brought her left hand beside her right hand. She looked at the line around her ring finger that was left from her promise ring and then back to her right hand, and she let out a loud scream in excitement, smiling hard, her wolf understanding what had happened. "It's so beautiful and huge," she said out loud to herself, her wolf preening at the magnificent symbol. Isabella slid out of bed and looked at the nightstand. She saw her promise ring on her necklace and squealed with delight, her wolf appreciating that he had preserved their first commitment. She walked into the bathroom to freshen up and brush her teeth. Grabbing her robe, she walked out of their bedroom, her wolf eager to find her mate. "What is that noise?" she said, walking down the stairs, her enhanced hearing picking up something unusual. "Nicholas," Isabella called, looking into the living room, her wolf seeking his scent. "Nicholashaman," she said in the kitchen, following his trail through their den. "Where is he?" she thought to herself as she walked to the front door. Isabella opened the door and saw Nicholas sitting on the hood of his car, her wolf immediately relaxing at the sight of him. "Nicholas the First had been looking all over the house for you. What are you doing out here?" she asked, stepping on the porch, her wolf curious about his behavior. Nicholas smiled and got down on one knee, pointing up. Isabella's eyes glanced up at the sky and saw the plane with a banner, her wolf's heart racing with excitement. "Isabella Carter, you are out of this world. Will you be my mate?" "Oh my goodness, Nicholas Stone." "Yes, yes, yes," she squealed. "I'll mate with you," she exclaimed, rushing over, kissing his lips multiple times, her wolf singing with joy. Nicholas kissed her back passionately, both their wolves celebrating the commitment. "I love you, Isabella Carter." Nicholas spoke softly against her lips, his wolf expressing deep devotion. "I love you too, Nicholas Stone. So much," Isabella said, kissing him again, her wolf completely content. "How did you get it timed right when I walked out the door?" Isabella asked excitedly, her wolf curious about his planning. "He has literally been flying that plane back and forth all morning. I didn't think you would sleep in late today," Nicholas said sheepishly. "You never sleep in late unless we have late night activities," his wolf remembering their passionate evenings. "Sorry, I was really tired," she smiled, her pregnant wolf needing extra rest. "It's okay, baby. I hope you're well rested," Nicholas said with a meaningful look, his wolf anticipating their celebration. Isabella smirked, catching his meaning, her wolf responding to his desire. "I love this ring. It's so gorgeous. I was trying to find you to accept the proposal. This was so romantic. I love you," Isabella said, her wolf grateful for his thoughtfulness. Isabella and Nicholas walked back into their den, both wolves content and excited about their future. "I have reservations for breakfast at the greenhouse," Nicholas announced. "Oh my goodness. How did you get reservations there?" "It takes months to get that," Isabella said, amazed. "I have been planning this mating proposal for months." Nicholas smiled, his wolf having prepared extensively. "Months?" Isabella repeated, impressed by his dedication. "Months," Nicholas confirmed, his wolf proud of the careful planning. Isabella got dressed in a blue dress and Nicholas put on a blue polo shirt and jeans. The two left, going to the restaurant, both wolves excited to celebrate their engagement. Once they ate and had a wonderful time talking about their future, they got back into the car. "Let's get mated," Nicholas said, turning to face her, his wolf eager to complete their bond. "We are Nicholashaman. I accepted your proposal," Isabella said, confused, her wolf not understanding the urgency. "No, let's get mated today," Nicholas said, smiling, his wolf wanting immediate commitment. "Today?" Isabella questioned with wide eyes, her wolf surprised by the timeline. "Yes, today. I want everyone's name to match on the birth certificate of the pups," Nicholas explained. "So wait a minute. You want to mate with me so we can all have the same last names?" Isabella pouted playfully, her wolf testing his motives. "No, I want to mate with you because I love you more than anything in this world, and it will be meaningful if our names matched," Nicholas said seriously. "I love you more than I can hold in my heart, and yes, I'll mate with you today or any other day." She kissed him passionately, her wolf completely committed to their bond and future together as true mates. Chapter 10. Wait, Nicholas. I don't want to complete the mating ceremony in a blue dress. Isabella said, turning to him, her wolf wanting to look perfect for their official bonding. It can be your something blue. Nicholas chuckled, his wolf amused by her concern. You are not a funny man. Isabella replied, her wolf not appreciating his humor. Okay baby, so basically you want a new outfit for our mating ceremony. Nicholas said, catching her drift, his wolf understanding her needs. See, this is why I am bonding with you as my mate. You know me. She beamed, her wolf pleased by his understanding. Or I didn't want to go into a long argument about a dress that I would get you after your first 2 complaints. Nicholas retorted, his wolf knowing her patterns well. Look Nicholashaman, the key to this mating bond is to comply. Isabella said sweetly, her wolf establishing expectations. Oh really, I thought the key was unconditional love, trust, communication, and intimate connection. Nicholas listed, his wolf serious about their bond. All of that too. She smiled, her wolf agreeing. But baby, seriously, I need to buy a dress first for our ceremony. Okay, let's go to the mall then. Nicholas suggested and Isabella nodded, both their wolves eager to prepare properly. Isabella and Nicholas walked through the mall laughing and talking, their wolves content in each other's company. They stopped at the jewelry store to buy mating bands that would symbolize their eternal bond. Do you see something you like? Nicholas asked, wrapping his hands around her waist as she looked into the glass, his wolf protective and attentive. I want that one. Isabella said, pointing at a triple-row diamond wedding band that would mark her as his mate. Nicholas called the sales associate and told her that he wanted the ring she picked in a size 6, his wolf eager to claim his mate properly. Isabella picked out Nicholas's ring, a stainless steel ridge edge size 11 that would show his status as her chosen alpha. When they got to the counter, Isabella pulled her card out, her wolf wanting to contribute to their bond. Baby, what are you doing? Nicholas asked, pushing her hand back, his wolf wanting to provide. I'm buying your ring. Isabella told him, confused, her wolf determined. I can buy them both. Nicholas told her seriously, his alpha nature wanting to provide everything. I want to buy yours. And you can buy mine. Isabella said, handing the woman her card, her wolf insisting on this gesture. Okay. Nicholas said, obliging, his wolf accepting her wishes. Isabella went into several stores trying on dresses while Nicholas waited outside. She didn't want him to see her in whichever one she picked until they completed their mating ceremony, her wolf wanting the surprise. Isabella finally found a dress that she loved and she found gold accessories to match. When she walked out of the store, she saw Nicholas with a shopping bag in his hand. What did you get? Isabella asked, peering at the bags in his hands, her wolf curious. One looked like it held a suit. I figured I would get something new to wear for our mating ceremony too. How long was I in that store? Isabella chuckled, her wolf amused. Long enough for me to buy a new suit and other things. Nicholas laughed, his wolf having been productive. Come on, let's go. Isabella said, grabbing his hand, both wolves ready to return to their den. Nicholas and Isabella arrived back at their house and they both went in separate directions to prepare for their ceremony. Isabella took a quick shower and applied lotion. She put her new dress on, it was cream-colored, all lace, and was shorter than what she normally liked. The dress showed off her curves and her pregnancy beautifully, her wolf pleased with how it enhanced her maternal glow. She threw her robe on and went into the bathroom and did her hair, curling it then pulling it back, leaving soft waves framing her face. Isabella did her makeup, putting on eyeliner and eyelashes with a gold smoky eye. She lined her lips before putting on her maroon-colored lipstick. After she was done, she put on her necklace he gave her as well as some gold dangling earrings. When she was satisfied with her look, she walked to find her gold heels that were comfortable, her wolf wanting to look beautiful for their mate. As soon as she slid them on, she heard a knock on the door. I'll be out in a minute. Isabella called, standing up, her wolf excited. Okay, baby. Nicholas responded, walking down the stairs, his wolf equally eager. Isabella grabbed all her paperwork that she needed out of the closet before walking out, the documents that would make their bond legal in both human and pack law. Nicholas had his head down, but looked up when he heard her movements, his wolf immediately responding to her presence. "You are so gorgeous," he said, looking at her fully, his wolf admiring his beautiful mate. "Thank you, Dr. Stone." Isabella blushed as she grabbed his hand so he could help her down the stairs, her wolf trusting his strength. "You look incredibly handsome, might I add," Isabella said, looking at him in his black suit and maroon-colored tie that matched her lips perfectly. "I love your tie," Isabella added, her wolf appreciating his attention to detail. "Great minds think alike," Nicholas complimented, his wolf pleased they were so connected. When they arrived at the courthouse, Nicholas got out and walked around to help her out of the car. He noticed a look on Isabella's face that he couldn't quite place, his wolf sensing her emotions. He pulled her close to his body and looked into her eyes before saying, "Isabella, it's okay if you don't want to complete our mating bond today. I would never want to rush you. I know you just got out of a failed mating that went badly not too long ago." Nicholas told her seriously, his wolf giving her space to choose. "Nicholas Stone, thank you for always thinking of me and my feelings. You are different than any male that I have ever known. Thank you for being you, for sharing your love with me. Thank you for showing me that love is something you do, something not to be said, but also to be shown. I love you because no one has ever given me the love that you have given me, and you are the only one that could ever love me this way. I love you because you make me feel like pack royalty. I love you because you make me smile when I don't want to. I love you because you have a huge and honest heart. I love you more than anything that I can hold in my heart. I'm sure about mating with you and spending the rest of my life with you," Isabella said sweetly, looking up, her wolf completely committed. "Isabella Carter, I am in love with you. It will always be you. It was you yesterday. It was you today. It will be you tomorrow. And for the rest of my life, it will be you. No matter how much I say I love you, I'll always love you more than that," Nicholas said back intently, his wolf making sacred promises. "Ah, Nicholashaman, I think we just said our mating vows." Isabella laughed softly, pecking his lips, her wolf delighted. Nicholas laughed too, grabbing her hands. "We can say it all again on the inside." The two filled out all the paperwork and even paid for pictures during and after the ceremony. Isabella was excited to take the ones on the courthouse steps and the huge staircase inside, wanting to document their bond. After a little while of waiting, they were standing at the altar in front of the judge holding hands, ready to make their mating official. Nicholas turned his attention to his beautiful mate, the only female in the world for him. Isabella Carter. He admired her dress, which sparkled just a bit brighter because she was in it. He gazed into her marvelous eyes, which twinkled like moonlight. He loved that about her. She was the most beautiful woman in the world to him, and he couldn't imagine being with anyone else, his wolf completely devoted. The justice of the peace gave his whole elaborate speech on the path of marriage, but all that went through Nicholas's mind was Isabella and their eternal bond. "I do," Isabella said sweetly, her wolf accepting the mating completely. Nicholas snapped out of his love-crazed daze to hear the justice of the peace say, "And do you, Nicholashaman James Stone, take Isabella Marie Carter to be your lawfully wedded wife?" "I do," Nicholas replied with so much confidence that Isabella giggled, his wolf claiming his mate with certainty. "Then by the powers vested in me, I pronounce you husband and wife." The two kissed a passionate kiss. A kiss backed by a powerful, loving force that the two would remember for the rest of their lives, their wolves singing with joy at the completed bond. "I love you, Mrs. Stone," Nicholas said against her lips, claiming her with his name. "Boo, say it again," Isabella said smiling, her wolf loving the sound of her new title. "I love you, Mrs. Stone," Nicholas repeated intensely, his wolf proud to call her his. Isabella and Nicholas took so many photos that she was tired, but she loved the one where they were sitting on the edge of a fountain and you could see the water behind them. She was sitting on Nicholas's lap with her hand around his neck and his on her knee, and they were looking at each other about to kiss, their wolves completely content. "Okay, let's go," Nicholas said, grabbing her hand, eager for the next part of their celebration. "Where are we going?" Isabella asked curiously. "To pick up something," Nicholas said mysteriously. Isabella looked over curiously and placed her hand on her stomach, trying to get her active pups to settle down, her wolf protective of their young. Nicholas parked the car and Isabella looked around, her wolf senses taking in their surroundings. Oh my goodness, honey, La Rêve French Bakery. They have the best desserts in all of Seattle. Isabella said, unclicking her seatbelt and not waiting for him to help her out, her wolf excited by the sweet scents. Pick up for Stone. Nicholas told the woman behind the counter. Isabella smiled at him so hard as they brought out a round cake surrounded by cupcakes. The cake read Mr. and Mrs. Stone, and the cupcakes had different designs on them. I do, silver intertwined hearts, and pearls. This is so cute. Isabella said, looking into the cake box they had opened, her wolf delighted by the celebration treats. When did you even have time to order this? Isabella marveled. I did while we were getting dressed, and I also have 2 more surprises in store. Nicholas smiled, his wolf pleased by her happiness. Do one of them involve more food? Isabella asked curiously, her pregnant wolf always thinking about nourishment. Yes, if you are hungry. We can go to the next one. Yes, but take a picture of this beautiful cake. Isabella smiled, wanting to preserve every memory. Isabella looked confused when they stopped in front of a spa, her wolf curious about this location. We are going to the Ophelia. It's on the 26th floor. Nicholas whispered in her ear, his breath sending pleasant shivers through her wolf. They took the eastern elevators in the lobby up. A moment later, Isabella stepped out onto one of the most breathtaking restaurants she had ever seen. The large roof with small bulbs, strung along a wooden canopy. The sky was open and bright, but the beams that held the lights were laced with leafy plants and vines. Soft music played in the background, and dozens of formal tables spaced evenly across the area. There was a large bar at the back of the restaurant, the word Ophelia in cursive along a brick wall, and bottles of expensive liquor on mahogany shelving. Men and women dressed in dresses and suits strolled freely, and there was the sound of clinking glasses and lively conversation. Isabella was astonished. This was literally such an amazing mating day thus far, her wolf overwhelmed by his thoughtfulness. The waiter led them to a table and Nicholas pulled out a chair for her. He caught her staring at the spread of the bustling city below. It's beautiful, isn't it? I can't believe I've never heard of this place. The view is amazing. Her wolf appreciated the elevated territory. He agreed with her. Not many people do. It's a little gem, and it's never too crowded. The waiter dropped off some water, and Isabella glanced at Nicholas from over her menu. She smiled at him before whispering, I have some surprises in store for you too. She winked and gently touched his leg with her heel-clad foot, her wolf playful. Isabella watched as his jaw clenched and he cleared his throat, his wolf responding to her touch. Isabella. Nicholas warned, his wolf recognizing her intentions. Nicholashaman. She replied with a knowing smile, her wolf innocent but mischievous. After ordering their meals, they settled into comfortable conversation. Isabella folded her hands on the table. This still feels so surreal. I can't believe we are mated. Her wolf still processing the reality. You're a Sethan with me. Nicholas joked, his wolf pleased by the permanent bond. I like the sound of that. Isabella said before wincing, her wolf protective as the pups moved. Are you okay? Nicholas asked concerned, his wolf immediately alert. Yes, your daughters just think that it's okay to kick mommy whenever they please. Isabella said, rubbing her stomach, her wolf patient with their active offspring. They will literally be here at the end of next month. Nicholas said in shock, his wolf amazed by how quickly time had passed. It went by fast, didn't it? Isabella commented, her wolf agreeing. It did. Nicholas stated, his wolf eager to meet their pups. The doctor's office settled. So we don't need to go to court. Isabella told him, sharing important news. How much? Nicholas asked, sipping his water, his wolf curious about their financial security. Isabella raised an eyebrow and smirked, her wolf pleased with the outcome. Guess. She said playfully. 100,000. Nicholas threw out a number. Times 4. Isabella stated seriously, her wolf satisfied with the justice. $400,000. Nicholas said loudly and Isabella nodded enthusiastically, both wolves amazed by the settlement. Their food arrived after a few short minutes of playful conversation and Isabella sighed in contentment as a piece of sizzling mozzarella melted on her tongue, her wolf appreciating the rich flavors. We can do trust funds for all the kids, Nicholas said, already planning their pups' futures. That's what I was thinking. Isabella smiled, her wolf pleased by his protective instincts. Do you want more pups? Isabella asked him because they never talked about it before, her wolf curious about expanding their family. I want whatever you want. You're the one that has to carry them. We have 2 girls on the way and Ethan. That's 3. Nicholas responded, his wolf supportive of her choices. I think I want another boy to even the score. Isabella smiled lightly, her wolf imagining a balanced pack. Nicholas's face widened into a bright smile. A junior. He added, his wolf excited about a son. A junior. Isabella repeated. After the girls are potty trained and walking. We can have a boy, her wolf planning their family's future. Isabella and Nicholas left the restaurant and got into the car, both wolves content with their celebration so far. Where to next? Isabella asked, her wolf curious about the final surprise. You will see when we get there, Nicholas said, pulling out of the parking lot, his wolf enjoying the mystery. Isabella was sitting patiently listening to the music as the trip seemed longer and longer. She raised an eyebrow when they started passing a lot of wooded areas, her wolf recognizing familiar territory. Nicholas, where are we going? I don't do deep woods, Isabella said, her wolf slightly anxious about being far from civilization while pregnant. Can you let it be a surprise, Isabella? It's only 20 more minutes. Nicholas chuckled, his wolf amused by her impatience. It seems like we have been driving for an hour. Isabella pouted, her pregnant wolf wanting to reach their destination. 25 minutes. Nicholas laughed, his wolf patient with her. Isabella read the sign Woodinville Wine Country and turned up the music. She turned in her seat and closed her eyes for a while until she heard the crunching noise of their car on a gravel road, her wolf's enhanced hearing picking up the change. Isabella opened her eyes and took in their surroundings. Willow Lodge. It was beautiful, her wolf appreciating the natural setting. Nicholas parked and turned towards her smiling, his wolf excited to reveal his surprise. Oh my goodness, baby, your surprises just keep getting better, Isabella exclaimed. I figured since we couldn't get on a plane because of the pregnancy and it was a spur-of-the-moment idea to get mated that we would do a kind of sort of honeymoon here, Nicholas explained. There's a spa, hot tubs, restaurants, wine tastings, gardens and courtyards, golf, and much more. He listed the amenities. How many days are we staying? Isabella beamed, her wolf excited about the retreat. 7 days. I already got it cleared with the hospital, Nicholas said, having planned everything perfectly. I love you, Isabella said, kissing him, her wolf overflowing with affection. I love you too. Our bags are in the trunk, he told her, getting out and grabbing the bags he had prepared earlier, his wolf having thought of everything. You really thought of everything, Isabella said, holding their celebration cake, her wolf impressed by his planning. When they walked inside, Nicholas got their key card and they walked to their room, both wolves eager to see their private space. This is huge and so nice, Isabella said, sitting the cake on the table in the living room area, her wolf appreciating the luxurious den. It's better than the pictures, Nicholas added, his wolf pleased with the accommodations. Isabella looked at the trail of roses and candles through double doors leading to the bed, where there were 2 towel swans forming a heart in the middle. On the left of their bed was a huge hot tub already filled with warm water and bubbles with rose petals on the top, perfect for relaxing her pregnant wolf. She looked at the long tray stretching across it that had sparkling cider on ice with cake and chocolate-covered strawberries. While Nicholas was checking out the patio, Isabella changed into comfortable clothes for relaxing, her wolf wanting to be at ease after their special day. Nicholas smiled as he turned around and saw Isabella looking comfortable and happy, his wolf content to see his mate relaxed. "Let's sit and talk by the fireplace, Mr. Stone," Isabella said with a sweet smile, her wolf wanting to unwind and connect emotionally. "You look so beautiful, Mrs. Stone," Nicholas said appreciatively, his wolf admiring his mate. Nicholas changed into comfortable clothes and they sat together on the cozy couch by the warm fireplace, both wolves enjoying the peaceful atmosphere. This should be done all the time. Dessert and meaningful conversation, Isabella said, taking a bite of a strawberry before offering the chocolate-covered treats to Nicholas, her wolf wanting to share the celebration. Isabella smiled contentedly as they enjoyed the treats together, both of them appreciating the romantic but wholesome moment. They spent hours talking about their future, their dreams for their family, and sharing heartfelt conversations about their love. The connection between them was deep and meaningful, their wolves completely bonded through emotional intimacy. Later, they settled into the comfortable bed where they continued talking softly about their plans as mates, eventually falling asleep peacefully side by side. Their mating night was perfect, romantic, meaningful, and the celebration of their eternal emotional bond, their wolves finally united as true companions. "Mated life is going to be wonderful," Isabella said contentedly, resting her head on the pillow next to Nicholas. "Our bond is perfect," Nicholas agreed, both their wolves satisfied and deeply connected through love and commitment. "I agree completely," Isabella murmured, happy and content, her wolf finally at peace with their beautiful future together. 3 weeks later, Isabella looked over at Nicholas as he was sleeping peacefully. She slid out of bed and put on a black maxi dress and slid on some flats, her wolf restless despite being on bed rest. She walked into their bathroom and did her morning routine before grabbing her purse and tiptoeing as best she could to the door. "Where do you think you are going?" Nicholas asked, sitting up in the bed, his wolf immediately alert to her movement. Isabella sighed, slowly turning around before responding, "I'm just going to the hospital. Meredith needs my help on a case," she said, her wolf needing purpose. "Isabella, you are on bed rest and leave. You can't go to work," Nicholas said sternly, his protective wolf putting his foot down. "Nicholashaman, I have been in this house for 2 weeks, 2 whole weeks. Please let me go to work. I promise I will sit in a chair and have her push me around, but we have to help this woman," Isabella said desperately, her wolf feeling caged. "Okay, Isabella, but sit down and I mean it," Nicholas told her firmly, his alpha nature ensuring her safety. "It's attractive when you use that voice, husband," Isabella said, smiling and leaning over to kiss him eagerly, her wolf responding to his dominance. Isabella arrived at the hospital and she called Meredith to meet her at the emergency department. "Gray, I'm in the pit and bring me a wheelchair," Isabella said into the phone. "A wheelchair?" Meredith questioned, confused. "Yes, a wheelchair," Isabella said firmly. "My husband is requiring me to sit the whole time I am here, so I told him you would wheel me around." When Meredith arrived, Isabella sat in the wheelchair and they discussed options, her wolf mind still sharp despite her physical limitations. "We have to figure out what is causing this woman's body to attack itself," Isabella said, thinking, her medical wolf engaged. "Gray, I'm coming to do this surgery with you. We are going to get me a pair of scrubs and nobody has to know," Isabella said, looking around, her wolf determined to help. "Carter, you can't, you are on leave," Meredith said, concerned. "Did you not hear the part where I said no one has to know?" Isabella said, rolling her eyes, her wolf stubborn. "Ouch," Isabella gasped suddenly, her wolf immediately alert. "What? What is it?" Meredith asked, concerned, her wolf sensing distress. "It's nothing. The pups kicked my bladder a little hard. Can you roll me to the bathroom? I have to go now," Isabella said, her wolf needing relief. Meredith did as she was told and pushed her to the bathroom. She put the brakes on the wheelchair before helping her up. "Thanks, Gray," Isabella took 2 steps towards the bathroom door and winced before hearing a gush of liquid, her wolf immediately understanding what was happening. "Well, I'll be," Isabella said, placing her hand against the wall to steady herself as a contraction came, her wolf preparing for birth. "Dr. Carter," Meredith said, shocked, standing in front of her, her wolf recognizing the signs. "Gray, help me into the wheelchair and find my phone so I can call my husband," Isabella said, her wolf needing her mate immediately. Isabella dug in her purse and she pulled her phone out and dialed Nicholas's number as she was being wheeled to maternity, her wolf calling for her alpha. "Hey baby," Nicholas said sweetly, his wolf content. "Honey, it's time," Isabella said, her wolf ready to welcome their pups into the world. Chapter 11. "Oh my goodness, I'm on the way, Isabella. How far apart are the contractions?" Nicholas asked, hopping up out of the bed, his wolf immediately alert and ready to protect his mate and pups. "They are 10 minutes apart." Nicholas, baby, grab my bag out of the closet and my comfortable shoes. Also grab the bags for the pups and their car seats, Isabella said, listing out everything, her wolf organized even in labor. "Okay, I love you and I'll be there shortly," Nicholas told her sweetly, his wolf desperate to reach his mate. "I love you too and see you in a bit," Isabella breathed out through a contraction, her wolf strong and determined. When Isabella had finished changing, stopping once for another contraction that had her Nicholas over, the nurse put in 4 into the back of her hand, and hooked her up to all kinds of monitors, her wolf accepting the medical care for her pup's safety. "Isabella." Callie smiled brightly, her wolf happy to support her pack sister. "Hey Torres," Isabella said, leaning over the bed trying to stretch and keep the pain at bay, her wolf seeking comfort. "Gray told me you were in labor and I am so upset with you still," Callie said, her wolf protective of their friendship. "I know you are mad it was spontaneous and we agreed on another ceremony/celebration. You will receive a invitation to that one," Isabella said, groaning, breathing extremely hard, her wolf apologetic. "Torres, help me." Isabella gritted her teeth. Callie immediately walked over and rubbed Isabella's back soothingly in circles, her wolf instinctively providing comfort. "Come on, let's walk around the room and then we will try the birthing ball," Callie stated, her medical wolf taking charge. Callie helped Isabella around the room, holding her up as contractions hit, both their wolves working together. They sat and stretched and did different types of breathing exercises with the birthing ball, using techniques that helped laboring female wolves. "Where is Nicholas?" Callie asked Isabella as she bounced on the ball slowly with her hands raised, her wolf sensing the absence of Isabella's mate. "He's on the way. I talked to him not too long ago," Isabella informed her, her wolf missing its alpha. Callie nodded and told Isabella to take a break from the ball and that maybe she should try and sleep for an hour, understanding pregnant wolves needed rest. "Good idea," Isabella agreed, sweating and exhausted. Callie helped Isabella to her hospital bed and took a cold cloth to wipe up her sweat, her wolf providing maternal comfort. "I'm going to go get Dr. Ryan," Callie told her, seeking the pack's trusted healer. Isabella looked at the time, sitting up in the bed some. She grabbed her phone, dialing Nicholas, but got his voicemail. "Nicholas Stone, this is your mate, who is in active labor with your pups. Call me back please." Her wolf becoming anxious without contact. "Okay Dr. Carter, put your feet up for me," Dr. Ryan said, walking into the room, the medical wolf ready to help. Isabella complied and Callie walked back in, both wolves supporting her. "Oh sorry," Callie said, holding her hand over her eyes, respecting her pack sister's privacy. "It's fine Torres. It's not like you haven't seen one before," Isabella panted. Then her and Callie laughed hard, their wolves finding humor even in difficult moments. "You are dilated 6 centimeters, only 4 more to go. I will be back to check on you," Dr. Ryan said, taking her gloves off and leaving, monitoring the laboring wolf's progress. Callie and Isabella talked for a while. Then they heard Callie's pager go off. "What is it, Callie?" Isabella asked, her wolf sensing urgency. "It's a 911. I have to go. Callie said, standing up, her medical wolf called to duty. Can you do me a favor and page Nicholas for me? I have been calling him. Isabella requested, her wolf needing her mate. Will do. Callie smiled, her wolf understanding the bond between mates. I just need to get to my mate. Nicholas said, trying to lift off the table, his wolf desperate to reach Isabella. Dr. Stone lay back. Richard said, feeling on his abdomen, the elder wolf examining his injuries. Isabella is in labor and I need to get dash. Nicholas stammered out he couldn't even think straight. His eyes were heavy and he was in pain trying to stay awake, his wolf fighting to stay conscious for his mate. Carter's in labor. Weber said out loud. He knew this wouldn't be good for the pack dynamics. Somebody page Robbins. Richard called, needing additional pack support. Chief, you paged. Arizona and Callie said, walking in at the same time, both wolves responding to the alpha's call. Nicholas. Callie exclaimed, oh no, this is bad, this is bad. Callie rambled, her wolf recognizing the serious situation. Torres, I need you in here. Left arm is possibly broken. Richard directed, his medical wolf taking charge. Why did you page me, Chief? Arizona asked, confused, her wolf seeking purpose. Because someone needs to go up and be with Carter. Richard explained, understanding that laboring wolves needed pack support. Okay, I'm on it. Arizona replied, leaving out, her wolf ready to comfort Isabella. What happened? Callie asked, her wolf needing to understand the threat to their pack member. A car ran a red light and hit him head-on. Richard replied. Hunt went to the scene and is in the process of retrieving the car's seats and bags. The pack working together in crisis. Carter. Arizona chimed, knocking on the door, announcing her presence to the laboring wolf. Robbins. Isabella stated, opening her eyes and looking at her, her wolf recognizing a trusted pack member. How do you feel? Can I get you anything? Robbins asked, her wolf wanting to provide comfort. How do I feel? Two girls are about to make their way out of me. Can you get me a new body? Isabella said weakly, her wolf exhausted from labor. Matter of fact, can you find my mate? Isabella called out, grabbing her stomach, her wolf desperately needing Nicholas. Carter, just breathe, let me page the nurse for ice chips. Arizona soothed, her wolf providing calm energy. I just need you to call my mate. Who should have been here by now? He said shortly. Isabella huffed, her wolf agitated by his absence. Arizona made a face, then quickly masked it, her wolf trying to hide concerning information. I saw that face. Do you know where Nicholas is? Isabella said, sitting up, her wolf's instincts picking up deception. I don't, I will go see and get you some ice. Arizona said, quickly walking out the room, and Isabella rolled her eyes, knowing something was wrong, her wolf sensing danger to her mate. Isabella stood on her feet and walked slowly to the bathroom, her wolf restless and worried. After Nicholas's arm was sewn up, Callie put a cast on it. Derek ruled Nicholas's injury to be a concussion, and Richard stated that he had a tear in the muscle of his abdomen, the pack's healers working to restore their injured member. They dimmed the lights in his room and requested he rest for a while. They would wake him when Isabella was about to push, allowing the injured wolf to recover. Did you hear about the handsome anesthesiologist? One nurse whispered. Yes, he was in a bad car accident, another replied. Isabella's eyes widened listening to the two women talk, her enhanced wolf hearing picking up every word. Her mate was in an accident. Dr. Carter, we brought you ice. One of them said from outside of the bathroom door. When they left, Isabella sat on the edge of the bed, her wolf overwhelmed with fear. Oh goodness, why does this keep happening to me? Isabella thought as her eyes immediately began to water. She was praying that he was okay, because she honestly didn't know what she was going to do without him, her wolf unable to imagine life without her mate. Isabella slid off the bed and found her flats. She grabbed onto the pole where her 4 medications were hanging from and walked slowly out of her room, her determined wolf seeking her injured mate. She was making her way to the elevators when she saw Arizona. Isabella moved a little quicker, leaning against a wall until she was gone, her wolf avoiding detection. She got inside the elevator and pushed for the ER floor, her wolf following its instincts to find Nicholas. Isabella walked out and pushed the double doors open. She was sweating hard and almost fell over when the pain hit, making her knees buckle, her wolf struggling with the physical demands of labor. "Dr. Carter." Alex called, rushing to her, holding her up, his wolf instinctively helping a pack member in distress. Isabella exhaled, thankful he caught her, her wolf grateful for support. "Alex, where is my mate?" she asked desperately. "I don't know, Alex stammered, his wolf uncomfortable with deception. "Save it. I know he's here, just point me in his direction, or is he in surgery?" Isabella asked, panicky, her wolf demanding answers. "No, he isn't in surgery," Alex said sadly, his wolf's tone betraying concern. Isabella wondered why his voice changed, her wolf reading his emotional state. "First exam room," Alex told her. "Do you need help getting there?" he offered. "No, I'm fine, I can walk, next contractions won't be for 4 minutes," Isabella said, her wolf tracking her labor patterns precisely. Isabella walked to the examination room and looked through the window. The lights were dim and he was laying back. There were no IVs hooked up or monitors on. It was just him. He had 2 white bandages on his face, her wolf's heart breaking at the sight. "Oh my goodness," Isabella said, grasping the windowsill, her wolf fearing the worst. This was it. She was a widow. She thought quietly to herself, crying, her wolf mourning. She stepped into the room and just stared. "Isabella, I'm not dead. I'm okay. Just a concussion and a broken arm," Nicholas spoke softly. He knew when she entered the room that it was her immediately. She was moving slowly and she gasped hard, his wolf recognizing his mate's scent and presence even through his injuries. "Nicholas Stone, you scared me terribly," Isabella said, wiping her tears, her wolf relieved beyond measure. "I'm not going anywhere, remember, till death do us part." Nicholas slightly chuckled, his wolf reassuring his mate. "Well, I thought this was it," she said, walking over and leaning on his bed to support herself, her wolf seeking comfort from her mate. "I love you," Nicholas told her, finally opening his eyes to look at her, his wolf expressing deep devotion. "I love you, oh goodness, too," Isabella said, sweating profusely and looking up at him, her wolf responding through the contraction. "Get up here," Nicholas said, scooting over but groaning, his wolf wanting to comfort his laboring mate despite his own pain. "No, you're hurt and in pain," Isabella stated, her wolf protective of her injured mate. "You're in pain too, Isabella," Nicholas pointed out, his wolf recognizing her struggle. "Just a little childbirth," she tried to joke, her wolf attempting to lighten the mood. Isabella slid onto the bed and laid in Nicholas's arms, both their wolves finding peace in physical contact. "What happened, babe?" Isabella asked, kissing his chin gently, her wolf needing details to understand the threat. "I was on the way here 2 blocks away at the intersection where Mercury and Atlantic cross and the light turned green, so I started driving, but some person ran the red light," Nicholas explained, his wolf still shaken by the close call. "Goodness, I would have been furious if something would have happened to you," Isabella said intensely, her wolf fiercely protective. "It's okay, baby. I'm okay, but not the car," Nicholas reassured her, his wolf grateful to be alive for his family. "I wanted you to get another car, but not like this," Isabella said playfully, her wolf trying to find humor. "There you are," Arizona said, walking into the room, her wolf relieved to find them together. "Don't talk to me, Robbins, you knew he was down here and kept trying to give me ice." Isabella crossed her arms, her wolf annoyed by the deception. "Carter, I didn't want you to worry, and besides, Callie and Weber knew too," Arizona added, defending the pack's decision. "Wow, just throw us under the bus," Weber said, walking in with Callie, the elder wolf protesting. "Right," Callie said, crossing her arms, her wolf agreeing with the unfairness. "All of you are uninvited to the next ceremony." Isabella smirked as she heard a bunch of protests around the room, her wolf asserting dominance through humor. Isabella and Nicholas were moved up to her room in maternity in 2 separate beds beside each other, the pack ensuring they stayed together. She was now 9 centimeters dilated and just waiting on the last one. She was tired of the birthing ball, stretching and walking. Her legs felt weak. She just wanted the pups out already, her wolf exhausted from the long labor. Isabella thrust her hand out at Nicholas and silently demanded that he hold it across the railings of their beds. He did as he was told as they waited for the OBGYN, both wolves drawing strength from their bond. "Are you Dash?" Nicholas started to ask. "Ah." Isabella cried out as another major contraction hit her again. Nicholas winced as she squeezed his hand hard, pretty much cutting off the blood flow. "Goodness, this hurts," Isabella called out, her wolf overwhelmed by the intensity. "I know it does, but Dash," Nicholas tried to comfort her. "How could you possibly know that? Are you pushing a pup out too, Nicolashman?" She snapped angrily. Her face was all red and wet from all the pain-induced distress, her wolf's hormones making her volatile. "No, but," he trailed off, sighing heavily. "Isabella, I'm just Dash," his wolf trying to provide support. "I'm sorry honey, it just hurts." Isabella apologized. In this moment Nicholas knew she wasn't thinking clearly. One minute she was angry and the next she was sweet, her wolf's instincts scattered by labor. "I think I'm ready," Isabella said sitting up, her wolf sensing the time had come. "Where did Dr. Ryan go?" Nicholas questioned, his wolf protective and wanting the best care for his mate. She rolled her eyes as the pain from the contraction subsided. "I don't know where she ran off to, but she's been gone for like 5 hours already," Isabella said irritably, her wolf impatient. Nicholas tried his best not to laugh. She was so dramatic, though his wolf understood her distress. "I paged her, she should be here in a few minutes," Nicholas told her softly, rubbing her hands. He hated not being able to get up and help her, and even more he hated seeing his mate in pain. "All right Isabella, let me check." Dr. Ryan moved down towards Isabella's legs and examined her progress. A few moments later she straightened up, smiling at the couple. "We're good to go." She turned to the nurses, giving orders, the medical wolf taking charge. "Push," she encouraged, guiding the laboring wolf. Isabella gritted her teeth, pushing with all her might. She felt like she was being torn apart. It wasn't like this with Ethan. This was worse, her wolf struggling with the twin birth. "Come on, baby," Nicholas cooed, just a few more pushes, his wolf encouraging his mate. "Be quiet," Isabella snapped, tears flowing down her face as she tried to breathe. "I'm so sorry," quickly followed, her wolf's emotions unstable. "It's okay, just breathe," Nicholas tried again, his wolf patient and understanding. "Just a few more pushes," Dr. Ryan encouraged, the medical wolf focused on delivering healthy pups. Isabella cried out as she pushed yet again, her whole lower body burning with pain as the tears and sweat flowed freely down her face. She turned to glare at her mate again as he tried to encourage her. Her hormones increased tremendously as she swatted at his arm, her wolf lashing out from pain. "What was that for?" Nicholas asked incredulously, his wolf confused by the attack. "You may not have done this to me, but the fact that you want to," she groaned, her wolf blaming him irrationally. "Oh goodness," Isabella called out. She reached over and hit Nicholas's arm again. "You are sleeping on the couch until death do us part," she told him, her wolf making empty threats. Nicholas wanted to laugh, knowing that her anger and her words were pain-driven. And the threat itself was completely empty because he knew that she could barely sleep without him to hold her at night. So he nodded in fake agreement. "Whatever you want, Isabella," his wolf humoring his distressed mate. "Why are you agreeing?" Isabella shouted between her pushes. "Do you not want to sleep with me anymore?" her wolf's insecurity showing. Nicholas answered quickly, wincing as her grip tightened further on his hand. "Of course I want to sleep with you every dash," his wolf reassuring her. Well, you're not coming near me for the rest of our lives, Nikolashman. She snapped, her wolf making dramatic declarations. This time, he actually laughed at the absurdity of her mood swings. Well, that's not happening, now push, his wolf, knowing she didn't mean it. Isabella looked like she was about to protest again, but she didn't. She pushed with all of her might, and then she heard the sound of a wailing pup filled the room, new life entering their pack. Isabella fell back exhausted, but she knew it wasn't over yet, her wolf knowing there was another pup to deliver. Tears filled Nicholas's eyes to the brim as they stared at their first pup together. She was covered in birth fluids and other things that looked concerning, but it's still the most amazing thing that Nicholas had ever seen, his wolf overcome with paternal pride. She's beautiful, Isabella said, looking at Nicholas as they watched the nurses clean her off, both wolves admiring their offspring. She is absolutely gorgeous. Nicholas smiled in a daze, his wolf captivated by his daughter. He looked down as Isabella squeezed his hand hard and she was sitting up. Dr. Ryan, I need to push, Isabella said, wincing in pain, her wolf preparing for the second birth. Okay, on the next contractions give me a good push, the medical wolf instructed. Isabella pushed hard. I need to stop, she said breathlessly, her wolf exhausted. Dr. Ryan looked up at Isabella and called through her mask on her next contraction. Can you give us just one more, good strong push, encouraging the laboring wolf. Squeezing Nicholas's hand tightly, Isabella gave all the strength and love she had into a final push. She let her body fall backwards into the bed, when she heard the beautiful, sharp cry. Dr. Ryan smiled as she held up the pup. Beautiful baby girl, announcing the second successful birth. We're going to clean them up, weigh and measure, as well as run a few tests to make sure they're both perfectly okay, and then we'll hand them right back to you, okay? The medical team ensuring the pup's health. The couple nodded in agreement, still awestruck by the fact that their pups were now actually here, both wolves overwhelmed with parental emotions. Nicholas looked at his mate, smiling to himself as he watched her watch the doctor with their pups. Her hair was everywhere, some matted to her forehead with sweat. She looked unbelievably tired. But he thought she looked so stunningly beautiful in that moment, mainly because she had just done the most amazing thing in the world and gave birth to their first pups together. But also because she has always been the most beautiful thing he had ever laid eyes on, his wolf completely devoted to his mate. Isabella barely felt the nurses cleaning her up, but at this point, she didn't care what they were doing as long as she got some sleep soon. But first, she glanced at the doctor as she came back, carrying her newborns, her wolf eager to bond with her pups. Baby A, 5 pounds 7 ounces, and Baby B 6 minutes later 5 pounds 12 ounces. Dr. Ryan said, handing Isabella Baby A and Nicholas Baby B, presenting the healthy pups to their parents. The nurses put Baby A in a pink hat and Baby B in a yellow one, distinguishing the twin pups. Oh my goodness! They are so beautiful! Isabella exclaimed, her maternal wolf overflowing with love. Nicholas took this opportunity and stood up, wincing before climbing on the bed with Isabella so they could look at both pups together, his wolf needing to be close to his family. They are mirror images of each other, but so different. Nicholas added, staring at both their faces, his wolf studying his offspring. Ava and Alexis Stone. Isabella said softly, then looking over at Nicholas, her wolf naming their daughters. I love it. Nicholas smiled, his wolf approving of the strong names. I love you, Nicholas Stone. Isabella said, her wolf expressing complete devotion. I love you too, Isabella Stone. Nicholas replied, both wolves bonded forever through their love and their beautiful pups. Chapter 12. Nicholas walked down into his home gym and saw his mate walking on the treadmill, her wolf determined and focused. What are you doing, baby? Nicholas asked, concerned, his wolf immediately alert to her condition. I'm trying to walk this pup down. I need him out, she said breathlessly, still walking with determination. On the treadmill though. Is that really the best option? He asked, raising an eyebrow, his protective wolf questioning her choice. It's the same as walking around the territory outside, she replied with slight irritation. Baby, you're not due for 3 weeks. Nicholas responded seriously, his wolf concerned about premature labor. I know, I want him to be born this week, preferably Thursday. If he comes on his due date it will be our mating anniversary. Isabella responded back intently and slightly out of breath. You don't want to share our special day, he chuckled, his wolf amused by her territorial nature. I don't honestly. Is that bad? I want him to have his own day. Not the day his mate and I drop off all of our pups so we can have romantic time together, just the two of us. Her wolf being practical about their needs. Nicholas laughed some more, his wolf understanding her reasoning completely. What are the pups doing? Isabella asked, turning off the machine. Ethan is watching TV in his room. Ava, Alexis and Nicholas are in the living room playing with that huge ball pit, tent and tunnel set that Callie got them for the pack den. Nicholas reported on their young. Isabella smiled thinking about all her pups, and now she was carrying her fifth one. Nicholashaman Jr. was conceived 6 weeks after the girls were born, and Isabella was surprised. The first time her mate held her close after their daughters were born and she was pregnant again. They didn't stick to their plan. She wanted another pup, but she wanted him after the girls were walking and potty trained, but it didn't go that way. 9 months later she was feeding and changing 3 babies in their den. He was supposed to be the last, but when she went to the doctor for birth control she was already pregnant again, her wolf apparently very fertile with her chosen mate. Nicholas started walking towards the stairs leading from their in-home gym, and Isabella made a soft sound of distress. Baby, wait, she breathed out heavily, her wolf seeking his attention. Nicholas turned around quickly to see what was wrong, his protective instincts immediately engaging. I need you to carry me. I can't feel my legs. She exaggerated with a playful smile. Nicholas walked over and picked her up easily with his wolf strength. Isabella quickly wrapped her legs around his waist, causing him to support her weight fully, both their wolves responding to the close contact. She began placing gentle kisses along his neck and he responded with appreciation, his wolf stirring at her affection. Nicholashaman. She whispered, finding his lips and kissing him tenderly. Nicholas kissed her back, his hands gentle on her body as he walked over and carefully set her down on the weight bench, mindful of her pregnant condition. Isabella looked beautiful and glowing, her pregnancy enhancing her natural appeal. She sat up and they shared a moment of deep emotional connection and tender affection together, their wolves bonding in the private space of their den. Nicholas was loving and caring with his pregnant mate, ensuring her comfort and happiness while being gentle with their growing pup. Their connection was passionate yet tender, both wolves expressing their deep love and devotion for each other in the safety of their home gym. They spent time talking about their feelings and their excitement about their growing family, sharing gentle kisses and warm embraces that strengthened their emotional bond. After their romantic moment, they held each other close, both feeling deeply connected from their time together. Amazing every time. Isabella said contentedly, her wolf was satisfied and loved. Perfect. Nicholas agreed, his wolf completely devoted to his mate. I love you. Isabella smiled, kissing him softly. I love you too. He smiled back, both their wolves content. Later, Isabella sat outside in their backyard watching their pups play while Nicholas grilled dinner, the pack enjoying their territory. Ethan was waiting patiently for Nicholas to finish cooking so they could eat. He wanted to ride his bike that they got him for his birthday. He just turned 6. They normally let Ethan ride his bike around their territory with Nicholas while Isabella pushed her 3 babies in the stroller behind them, the whole pack exercising together. That evening Isabella put her nightgown on and winced in pain, her pregnant wolf uncomfortable. Baby, that is the 3rd time you have winced in pain. What is wrong? Nicholas asked, his wolf immediately concerned. Okay, I think I overdid it today, between the treadmill, our time together, playing with the pups, and walking while pushing them in the stroller tonight. My back and feet are killing me. She responded, sitting on the edge of the bed. Come here. Come here. Nicholas said, gesturing towards the middle of the bed, his wolf wanting to care for his mate. He took her feet in his hands, applying lotion and began massaging them until Isabella's eyes were closed in blissful relaxation. He placed a pillow under her stomach and leg, turning her on her side. He ran his hands up her body and massaged her lower back, making her feel completely relaxed, his wolf providing comfort. "You are a wonderful father and mate," Isabella commented drowsily. "You are a magnificent mother and mate," he responded back. "Get some sleep." A few moments later he heard light snoring coming from his mate, her wolf finally at peace. At 3 a.m. Isabella got out of bed to walk a little bit. She was having Braxton Hicks contractions and it was keeping her awake, her wolf restless. She looked over at her mate snoring and shook her head at him sleeping peacefully, his wolf trusting her to wake him if needed. Isabella decided to get a glass of water. On her way out into the hallway she felt water trickle down her leg, then she heard a gush, her wolf immediately understanding what was happening. "Oh no!" Isabella called out softly. "I said Thursday, not today," she exclaimed quietly, talking to her son. She walked back into their room and shook Nicholas gently. "Isabella, no. No more romance." Nicholas mumbled, turning away, his sleepy wolf confused. Isabella wanted to chuckle because when she normally wakes him up in the middle of the night it's for romantic reasons. "Nicholashaman, get up. My water broke," she said with urgency. Nicholas immediately sat up, fully alert. "Are you okay?" "When?" His wolf is instantly protective. "I'm fine and just now in the hallway," Isabella responded. "Call Kurt so he can watch the pups." Nicholas nodded, getting up, throwing on clothes and talking on the phone, his wolf organizing pack support. He grabbed her bags and put them at the front door waiting for his brother to arrive. Nicholas came back into the room to find Isabella bent over on the bed breathing heavily, her wolf managing the labor pains. "Oh goodness!" Isabella exclaimed, gripping their covers as a contraction hit her. "Nicholas and Isabella." Kurt called from downstairs, announcing his arrival to help with the pack. "Finally," Nicholas murmured, relieved. Nicholas picked Isabella up and carried her downstairs with ease, his wolf strength supporting his laboring mate. "Heat up waffles and pancakes from the freezer for breakfast. Their lunches are already packed. Ava, Alexis and BJ have snacks in baggies for daycare. Ethan has to be to school at 8 and you can drop the other 3 off at daycare right after him." Isabella called out instructions as Nicholas opened the front door, her wolf ensuring the pack was cared for. "Okay, keep me updated," Kurt said before the door shut, accepting his role in protecting the young pack members. Nicholas drove Isabella to the hospital with one hand while she squeezed his other tightly, both their wolves focused on bringing their pups safely into the world. 6.5 hours later Isabella was exhausted but victorious, hearing the cry of her baby boy fill the room, their newest pack member announcing his arrival. Nicholas kissed her forehead gently. "You did great," his wolf is proud of his strong mate. "That is the absolute last one, you hear me, Nicholashaman," Isabella said firmly, grabbing his shirt with determination, her wolf declaring the end of their breeding. "Last one, I hear you," Nicholas agreed, his wolf respecting her decision. The nurse came back in with their son. "Have you two decided on a name yet?" she asked them both, handing the baby to Isabella. "Yes," Nicholas and Isabella answered simultaneously, both wolves having chosen together. "Camden Isaiah Stone," Nicholas answered smiling, announcing their pup's name to the pack. Camden started making soft sounds that progressed to tiny cries, the young wolf seeking comfort. "Ah, it's okay, mommy's got you. Are you hungry and handsome?" Isabella cooed, adjusting her gown and preparing to feed her pup. Isabella laughed when he latched on quickly and she began feeding him, her maternal wolf instinct strong and sure. "Honey, get up here with me," she told him, sliding over in the bed to make room. Nicholas climbed in bed with her and she laid her head on his shoulder, both wolves content with their new addition. "Thank you for this," Isabella said softly, thinking about her life and their pack of pups. "For what?" Nicholas questioned, his wolf curious. "For loving me. I didn't think I would ever have this, but a mix-up at a doctor's office and I get to live happily ever after being your mate and the mother of your pups." Her wolf is grateful for their unexpected path to happiness. Isabella, I'll never stop loving you. You were the missing piece to my soul. You complete me. Nicholas said, his wolf expressing deep devotion. I love you so much. Isabella proclaimed, her wolf overflowing with emotion. I love you just as much. Nicholas said, kissing her nose. Both their wolves bonded forever through their love and their beautiful growing pack. The end. Thank you for listening. Like, share and subscribe for more. Bye for now.